do now? I play this Underworld Breach and piss you off and do more stuff.
Just teamer puke then.
Yeah. So there's many different ways to win. You can win by probably what would impress him.
We're live.
Yay.
Beautiful. No, stop on my account.
So this would probably impress you, but one of the win cons in this is Chatterstorm.
Yeah. Because storm cards are storm cards.
Yeah. So you have a lot of really cool things that you can do. So we do run a Hullbreaker Horror, which you can basically get for free.
One of my absolute favorites.
This card makes me very sad because it's a bad card in Squirrel deck.
I was going to say specifically in
Yeah,
Skull.
it's
great
not
card
a
in
good
Teamer.
squirrel card.
No.
It's a great card in Teamer, though.
Well, guys, welcome to the E4 cast. Tonight, guess what we're talking about is Raph Explains CEDH win cons. We are going to be talking about Commander.
It's a crying shame Aaron is not here for this.
I know. Aaron got pukey pukes after the weekend at the card show. Because everybody else was just sick at the card show.
Yeah. Honestly, the fact that I got
Not it.
the fact that I got out clean
money ducked it.
is kind of surprising. Oh, it's because me and Kylie were exiled.
Yeah.
We were phased out.
Yeah, you guys were locked up over at the snack bar.
Oh no, dang.
I don't know where Aaron got in trouble though. He he was at the table with Jonah and Jess on the stream all day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
He did have some interactions with Daniel, but I don't know if
Oh yeah. Daniel was like,
some of the late of what Daniel had maybe.
Oh,
Daniel was
poor
like
Daniel.
dying.
Was dying.
I'm glad he left partway through.
Yeah.
For his sake.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah, it felt really bad if he just stuck around. It was like 30 minutes before he was like scheduled to go because he rode up with somebody. He didn't drive himself, so he had to like call a homie to like
Rough.
come get him.
mad rough.
Yeah. And like a half hour before he was going to leave, I'm like, Daniel, I got a big Pokemon buy, dude. Can you come buy some cards for us? He's
Daniel,
like, I guess.
rest in peace, Daniel.
Yeah, it was rough. But it was a good show, though. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, this Saturday was the Central Oregon Cards and Collectibles Show up at the fairgrounds in Redmond. E4 was the lead sponsor of the show. They had another 100-plus awesome vendors and over 1,500 people through the door. So it was a super, super fun day of shenanigans and cool stuff. I ended up buying some new cards. I think you filled a couple. Oh, yeah, you bought Rift, but you opened Riftbound. That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Does that count?
Yeah, I got to see an insane amount of cards like open.
Yeah. The stream like tore through some stuff.
We even opened some Hello Kitty cards.
I
And
wasn't
ripped
there
a few
for
of
that.
them in half.
I was kind of sad about the Bachaco being ripped in half. That was-
Really freaking funny.
God.
I remember Daniel grabbing that and he was like, found something obscure to open. I was like, go for it, buddy.
Yep.
See you on the greens.
Seems fun. Kyle, what was your favorite part of the show? I know you kind of like hung out in snack bar land all day, but I'm pretty sure you left it in the care of the missus at some point and wandered.
Because my first answer is always going to be, I'm really glad that I gotta bring my lady with me and have her do it with me. Like that's hands down my first part. My a very strong second is I found some very, very, the Guild House deck boxes, the really hard to get rare ones.
Yeah.
I found a couple of those for a pretty good price, and let's just say I'm still riding the high.
Awesome.
Like, oh my god, I got four of 10 now. I got Demir, Rakdos, Izzet, and Golgari.
So you're getting closer to the full
Closer.
Ravnica collection.
Correct. Oh, and they're in good shape too, boss. I could gush about them for hours. Like, just take the mic away from me. I could just keep gushing about them.
I love it.
Over the moon. Absolutely over the moon. So, good buys.
Yeah.
Very, very good buys. Got some stuff from Modern. Gotta kick the tires, see friends.
Okay. Raph, I know you were kind of stuck in the whole working stream, but like you saw
Well,
some fun stuff.
I got away
covered
whenever
for
I
'em.
could too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it was great. It's kids winning Pokemon packs. That was amazing.
Yeah, that was super cool.
That was
and that,
so awesome.
And then the second kid, he opened Heat.
Yeah, 100%.
Like he opened Heat.
No, just just watching kids do what these like items were intended to. Like I saw a kid who opened every pack like this. It was amazing.
Like
it didn't
every
matter
card
if
was cool.
It didn't matter if it was like.
It wasn't doing like the let's shove the commons and uncommons out of the
No,
way
no,
and see
no.
if we got a hit.
He wanted to see everything. By the end of it, the table itself was like
Covered.
Littered.
Yeah, and there was like his hits were under cards that were like regular cards, and I'm just like, he doesn't care.
Oh
He's
my
having all
God,
the fun in the world.
That's
Yeah.
so wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, kid was
I
having
wish
the
I got
time
to
of
see
his
that.
life.
That is fantastic.
So that was definitely a highlight, and it happened twice where two sets of kids got to open like packs, and it was really awesome. I did get to find cards to finish my rock grass deck, which I'll most likely be playing next weekend for the CDH tournament. Other than that, it's just cool seeing like other TCGs and what people do at conventions for other TCGs. I mean, when I go, I look mainly for Magic. There wasn't as much Magic as there was in the previous years, but I did have some kid go up to me and go, "I got Fat Pikachu," and I'm just like, "Dude, that's awesome!" Like, I don't know what that means, but that's awesome.
He's super excited about it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so that was my highlight personally.
Money.
Dinero.
Well, I got to teach a couple people how to play Riftbound,
Yeah.
which is always great, teaching people a new card game. And then I was able to get my hands on a whole box of Riftbound for myself, which we got to open on stream while I was distracted doing other things. And then I got to look at the cards that I pulled. It was fun, though.
Post rip.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, it was a cool show. We're definitely gonna be doing it again. I think May 16th. I think
May
it's gonna be the
16th?
next one.
Yes, because we thought it was the 15th. 15th is a Friday. It's the 16th.
Yeah, and we're totally not doing that on a Friday. We're also not gonna have a giant event in the store on the Friday before.
No, that was kind of miserable.
because that was
It's a good
I
tournament.
forgot my
Yeah.
other favorite part. Getting home that night and face planting into my mattress.
yes, indeed. We actually went out. We did because Adam's like, no, I'm up. Because we took him out and took him to dinner in like cool places, and he's like, all right, this time it's on me. So we went to Brick House. And
I knew
had,
you guys were having steak. I knew
yeah.
it. I knew it.
I had
That makes sense.
I had a piece of cow that 24 hours prior to me eating it was in Japan,
Yeah.
and it was
I'm gonna put it this way.
predictably
Child's
spectacular.
distracted.
Yes, I will keep shuffling.
Bunch
Kyle. Bad Kyle.
Bunch of us went to Mountain Burger.
Yeah.
Yep.
Had some good
Yeah.
food.
Yeah, I figured you guys would end up there. It's
Yeah.
kind of the
Yeah.
kind of the crew spot now.
Kind of felt funny though. It was like
Shout
like
out
all
Ian and Matt.
Yeah, 100%. But it was like oh, here you go, kids, go get food somewhere. It's like the adults are gonna go eat. It's like
Yeah.
cool.
I felt bad, right? Because like it was always my intention to go out, and then Adam's like, "Bro, I'm not in town all the time. Like, I'm taking you out to eat." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Okay."
Yeah.
No, it was totally fine. We had a lot of fun.
And I wasn't gonna be a jerk and make Adam take everybody out to a $200 steak dinner.
No.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, no.
You enjoyed it for us.
Be worth
Yeah. You guys
What a
enjoyed
good
it by
guy.
proxy.
What a good
I
guy.
got y'all.
it. We had beef, some of us.
Yeah.
I did. I had double beef.
Ooh. We were there. I think it was like last Wednesday or something. We took kiddo out to Mountain Burger, and we had the burger of the month, like the double bacon bang bang or something like that. It's called, and it's got like bacon jam and oh, it's phenomenal.
I don't think I've been to Mountain Burger yet, so I guess I got a destination.
You'll go next
in
time,
mind.
Tom.
Kyle, you're missing out.
I know. So
Could have
far,
joined us.
I
You
could have,
ditched
but
us.
Yeah, why
I-
didn't you go?
So I am very keen on knowing my social battery, and when it runs out,
You were done.
Yep.
Yep.
No, I
Yep.
especially like I've played the low sleep game too many times. It's where I honestly I commend you guys so much for being able to be like, all right, now that we've just done all this today from dusk to dawn, let's keep it going. Like, oh my god, you guys are animals.
We were existing on spite and hunger.
Correct.
Mostly hunger though, because once we finished eating, everyone's like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
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 It was like,
We
oh,
were
food's
done.
gone. I'm out.
Yeah. No, I got the D's and I went home and I relaxed. I was
yeah.
like, it's just I'm very aware when my social battery is done for the day.
Yeah. I've it has taken me years to learn to extend my social battery that way, because I'm the same. Like, all right, that was enough people.
Yep.
I'm gonna go home and take off my pants and be on my couch where there's no humans.
Yep.
Yep. 100%.
Oh yeah.
Well, it was fun. We'll do it again. It'll be bigger and better next year. We got some cool ideas. The shout out to Adrian. The
Yeah.
for those who I said that too fast for us. Adrian and his significant other, Adri.
Still blew me away, man.
Almost as fun as Kyle and Kylie.
Almost as fun as Kyle and Kylie. Because
But shout out to them for putting on an amazing show. This is a show that started a couple years ago on a much smaller scale, and they have just turned the volume up every single time, and we're thrilled to be a part of it and see it grow.
started in a
It's
baseball
grassroots. We
dugout.
love grassroots.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it really is. It's community and chill, right?
Yup.
I think
probably-
everything I've ever invested time into, it's all been like grassroots.
Yeah, no, and it's great. Like I've seen it grow personally. I usually go to the expo like every other time, and in all the times I've had, it's like seeing something start from a baseball dugout to the main stage show. You know, it's so awesome, and everybody there is. I've been to a lot of conventions too, and there's plenty of times where that social battery dies way faster, but there's a reason that I was able to get 4 hours of sleep and chug enough caffeine to kill 2 horses and still do this and still enjoy myself. There's a reason why I was able to get through to it. It's so great.
I had never been to a card show before, or any convention-y thing related to card games.
That was cool.
It
It's
was,
nice to see.
it was neat.
Yeah. They're fun. They're fun.
There were a lot.
I would choose a place where they're playing more than collecting.
Yeah. This is. I mean, it's the cards and collectibles show, right? But
Yeah.
the collecticons always tend to bring more bodies out
Yep.
than the play stuff.
Oh, most definitely.
Yup.
While we were up there Saturday, we actually got a whole bunch. Well, and today too. Oh wow, there's a whole new list today. Oh, Avatar spoilers are starting to come through. We are. See, today is the 3rd. The 14th is pre-release. We'll probably be live a week from today, opening some product, assuming that UPS and the supply chain cooperates on the way across.
Yep. Play booster box and a collecty box, right?
At least we'll see. It has been almost the entirety of the year that we have not opened a box for singles. We didn't with Final Fantasy. We could have with Final Fantasy. We didn't because we knew we were going to have a ton of people just like day of sitting here ripping and selling the stuff, and we could fill the case as we went.
Yeah.
But this is one where I'm actually, from a shop point of view, pondering doing it because there is some cool stuff.
Yeah.
If
in
nothing
this
else,
set.
like I feel like red and blue throughout this past year has been really, really meh. This set looks so much fun.
So,
Oh boy.
I don't think that red's ever been in a place in standard sets that's been meh.
Sorry, meh personally, not
Oh,
like
okay.
in terms of
Okay.
actual functionality. Nemesis, like I'm just gonna say that it's like nothing that really scratches my own personal itch, but
Yeah.
like seeing,
Well, because prowess is kind of your
Prowess is kind of my go-to gal,
yeah, we'll call it that.
and this is very Prowess heavy, so I am just I'm fawning over it. I am absolutely to the moon,
Love it.
completely
Love
sold.
it. What's the one you're looking forward to the most that you've seen so far?
Ironically enough, it's not even a prowess card. That's my second one. The firebending student is a strong number 2, but the hands down number 1. If I can get 90 copies of them, I won't have enough. Wan Shi Tong. Oh
Yeah.
my sweet mama Jesus! Does
That's the blue
card-
one, right?
Yeah, blue X.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's just like that is probably the biggest blue value piece I have seen in quite a long time. It's
It's
like
just a one.
it's like they put they gave Ledger Shredder some steroids, and then they mixed it with Mockingbird, and they're like, all right, have fun. It's like, I will have fun.
Yeah, whenever an opponent searches their library, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That can be a damn good modern card.
Yeah. I mean, even in standard now with you know, demo field results in a search.
Demo field, Fabled.
Yeah, your Fabled and your escape tunnel and your evolving wilds and stuff. Yeah.
I severely doubt it's going to get to any crazy big number, but its versatility is still just really, really good.
Yeah. I mean, it's only $30 right now.
It's only $30.
I love pre-release.
Pre-release is great. It's such a volatile beast of money.
The fact that a marketplace exists where you can go, yeah, I think I'm getting this. I'm going to list it and sell it.
Right? Like, it's the craziest thing in the world.
Breaks
to me.
my brain.
It shatters my brain in half, especially because it's like, let's take the fictional card that I may or may not get, and now let's make a fictional price. Like, what? That's why Spider-Man was so funny to me, and I kept telling people, I'm like, hey, cash on the table, here you go. I'm telling you these cards are going to be worthless.
Yeah.
I mean,
Get in now.
realistically, it's like they're short selling a card.
Kind of.
Because if they don't pull it, they theoretically have to buy it to fill the order, right? Theoretically.
Yeah, they won't. They'll just cancel the order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if they have morals.
yeah. I mean, I'm not going to... I own a store. I don't want to throw shade at any other vendors, but there is a reason we do our pre-release stuff differently than a majority of the market. I don't like selling product that I'm not going to be able to fulfill.
Yeah.
Or that I might not be able to fulfill.
God, that is funny.
Oh, God, the full art on that thing is gorgeous.
Wan Shitong?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, the art for the set is good, the playability for the set is good, like, everything that I've seen so far has got me absolutely over the moon, but Wan Shitong is the absolute, like,
Heck yeah.
top tier of what I can think of. What are you most excited for?
Oh, God. Probably Toph, the first Metal Bender Toph.
Yeah.
But realistically, I am so hyped for this set. Like, I mean,
Living it.
like, genuinely, whatever the prettiest cards are that can be commanders that come out of my collector box, I'm building a deck for them. It doesn't matter what they are, I will build a deck for them.
Yeah.
That's how much I love this set. So, I'm financially screwed by this set.
I'm already 1 foot in the grave here.
There's some Wan Shitong on the screen for anybody.
My
Serious.
bank
God,
has
it's
already
beautiful.
called me concerned. No, not actually, but like
Oh.
the really pretty Toph art. This one.
Oh yeah. The like space top.
the what are they called? Battle stances? Battle.
They're
something?
neon ink.
Yeah.
What are they called?
The bending stance.
That's Toph the Blind Bandit, right?
No, Toph the first metal bender.
Battle pose? Something like that?
Sure.
It is something. I think it is battle related.
Yeah.
That's what I think it is.
Yeah. It's just called neon ink on Skyfall right now. But yeah, no, those are super cool.
Absolutely phenomenal art. Absolutely amazing card. I love me some land shenanigans, and I love making things that shouldn't be lands into lands because it's super funny.
Bless up, Corey.
Yep.
Also, is that the reason why a lot of the new lands have things like vigilance and all that?
It's
And
because of
can't be
earthbending.
blocked.
That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
because you can earthbend them into a creature.
That is actually hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soulstone Sanctuary is going to get more expensive? Whoa!
Whoa!
I had been brewing up a deck in my mind with some weird ass interactions for land shenanigans.
Land destruction, here we come.
Land sacrificing, here we come.
Woof.
We're gonna land aristocrats. Aristolands? Landocrats? I don't know.
We're just making up words at this point.
Yeah.
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 Agriculture.
Agroculture.
I like it, agriculture.
What do you think, Raph? You've seen anything that like?
I mean, reprints. Unfortunately, the set's not a set for me. There's not enough black in it.
Fair.
There's not. No,
I personally, I'm a black
so
player
far.
through and through.
Yeah.
And from what I've seen, there's not much for me. This might be the set that gets me to build a Jeskai deck, which I've been putting off for as long as possible.
Okay.
Because I do see a lot of cool synergies with Gruul stuff, but I can't justify playing Gruul. I hate the colors. Or just throw a little bit of white in there to make it.
A, you're a hater. B, Jeskai looks phenomenal. Like this is probably going to be where I start to lean into Jeskai.
Yeah, no, I mean, red, white, blue. I mean, I love Izzet. Izzet's really good. And I am trying to branch out of like colors that I don't play. Good. Like we talked about it earlier, but like Rock Thrust is a teamer deck. Mm-hmm. There is no black in there. Mm-hmm. It's my first time being comfortable outside of a color with like no black. So I'm getting there. I'm opening up to it, but it's like. But I mean, for me, it's like if I'm gonna play something that's not within my comfort, I want it to be super outlandish, and complicated. Because that's just the way that I like to play. So if it's something like it's either that or the theme has to really fit. And like my Izzet deck is pirates, and I love pirates in general.
So I've always been a very, very big fan of degenerate Grixis things. Oh, here we go. And Firelord Azula just intrigues me.
There's a lot of flavor there.
There is, and I think there's a lot of functionality there because you're looking. So Firelord Azula, I'll work on getting it up here while I talk. But it essentially, whenever Firelord Azula is attacking, which is the bulk of the entire attack step, right? It's not just between like declare and damage.
Yep. The entirety of combat.
Yeah, the entirety of combat once attacks are declared. Yeah. But whenever you cast a spell while Firelord Azula is attacking, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. And my brain, especially in Grixis, immediately goes to flash critters. Yeah. Like you look at Flood Pit's Drowner, right? I'm going to declare attacks. I'm going to turn Azula sideways. I'm going to cast a Flood Pit's Drowner, and I'm going to copy it and make a second one, and I'm going to tap down both your blockers. Azula also has Firebending 2, which means that whenever she attacks, you just float 2 red mana until the end of combat. So you'll have mana to cast those. Or, pump spells. I turn... I turn... I turn Firelord Azula sideways. Monstrous Rage style. Combat tricks, right?
Uh-huh. So it'll be a sneak attack
full board,
for sure.
It's fine.
Yeah. Take your pick, right? Like any of the degenerate combat tricks that make red fun.
Speaking of combat tricks, the reason why you're leaning towards combat tricks, Grixis, I'm leaning towards Jeskai.
Yeah.
I think one of the craziest uncommons I've seen so far, and probably my favorite, is Enter the Avatar State. It's an instant until end of turn. Target creature you control becomes an avatar in addition to its other types and gains flying, first strike, lifelink, hexproof. 1 white mana.
Oh yeah, that is absolutely replacing Thwip in the white deck.
And it's like that is
goodbye Spider-Man.
I'm trying to imagine swinging early, swing early with Slick Shot.
Yeah.
Just land your damage, gain your life, do a protection if you can really get the timing right. Storm Chasers, bring it back.
Well, yeah, hexproof is. that's a protection spell too, right?
Mm-hmm. It's everything on a stick. Overprotect can take a backseat.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Have we mentioned Firelord Zuko yet? Holy crap. Firebending X, X is his power. Mm-hmm. And then when you cast a spell from exile, and whenever a permanent you control enters from exile, put a 1/1 on each creature you control.
I feel like
it's a commander card.
Yeah.
But I'm here for it.
I don't know, man. It's Mardu.
What's
right?
Mardu?
I'm down to brew something for standard, but
you get into remember with is it Mayhem that replaced Madness? Yeah. Rakdos Mayhem was a deck in standard for a little bit. You put some white splashes, or you play some starting towns, and you throw a couple Firelord Zukos in there.
Mm-hmm.
Does Mayhem come from exile?
Oh no, that's out of the graveyard.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You airbend all your stuff though.
Yep.
Oh, woof.
Yeah.
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 There's a card
Okay.
There's a card in here that you choose one target creature and you airbend all the other creatures on the field.
Oh.
I forget the name of the card. I'll have to look it up.
Speaking of Grixis, like my strong third, like I would almost be willing to make just a commander out of this. Tylee, Chi Blocker, Flash Critter. It's a
Okay.
3-drop 2/1 Flash Prowess. Enter, tap up to one target creature. It doesn't untap during its controller's untap step for as long as you control Tylee. Like, whoa. So Tylee enters with a Zula swing. So
Yeah.
realistically, Azula swing, you just need to pay a blue, tap down 2 things, and unless Tylee is being removed, they're staying that way. With
Yee.
prowess, like.
Yeah, anytime you get like, so I mean, prowess is an aggro keyword, right?
Very much so.
And when you take something that it feels like an aggro-y card, and then you put can block.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because that's, you can do that on attackers too.
So they're bringing back Strixhaven mechanics. So you got lesson and
Yeah, lesson is coming back.
Allies coming back.
Yep. I don't know if we're getting any.
Learn or whatever.
Yeah. Because wasn't that the.
Yeah, it was the old mechanic back in Strixhaven.
yeah.
Because I used to run a Simic deck that used that whole mechanic, and it was crazy.
I'm trying to remember what lesson does. Isn't it like you cast a spell and then you go get a spell?
That's learn.
learn, right? So
That's-
like Cram Session was one that I used to play in Pauper from Strixhaven, and it's one in Golgari. You gain 4 life. Learn, and learn says you reveal a lesson card you own from outside the game and put it into your hand, or discard a card and draw a card.
So technically, they're
So
in
it's
your
a wish.
sideboard.
Yep. Yeah, it was a wishboard thing where you could go get lessons.
Hilarious.
The downside is then, though, you have less of a sideboard.
So it does not appear there are any learn cards
No,
in this.
that's what I just searched for.
There
Learn
is
also.
synergy for lessons though, which
Okay.
is neat.
Hilarious.
So this is pretty broken. Ozai the Phoenix King.
Yeah. That when you said that there's no black in this set, I'm like, there's only one black card that I can think of, and I thought that you would be all over it, and that's okay.
Yeah, trample, firebending 4, haste. If you would lose unspent mana, that mana becomes red instead. Ozai has flying, indestructible, as long as you have 6 or more unspent mana.
Oh, so in response to a kill spell, you just tap lands.
Yep.
Woof. And you don't have to worry about losing it because it just becomes red and you keep it.
Yes.
And that makes firebending 4 mana because that's the shtick with firebending, right? I get all this mana, but I have to spend it because it goes away at the end of combat, except when it doesn't.
Yeah.
Well, but now you're also talking about see, this is something that I think it's cool about this set is that you can incorporate a lot of cards that already exist into it,
Yeah.
which is really cool. So I mean, off the bat, I can already think about putting Bergie in here. I can already think about putting Electro in here.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna
I
say,
can already think about putting
they were talking about Electro in the Discord. I was like, oh my
yeah.
god.
I mean, you can even potentially throw Neheb in here just to.
Yeah. Neb.
Storm's gonna
I mean,
pop off.
getting out of
Get support.
trying to be competitive with this in just casual commander, that dang commander that makes you mana burn. You
that-
run this and that.
Well, that those were all cards that could be played super casually. But
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
thinking that you can even run Rakdos in here.
No.
Lord of Riots. You can make all your big stuff be way cheaper, and then
Yep.
just
It's
use
freaking hilarious.
this as red pip payment for it. It's it's pretty good.
Yeah, you play more of the game in main phase too, but okay.
Sirloin?
Well, this makes Neheb
it
extremely
Sirloin?
broken because
Sirloin?
now you're thinking about your second main phase, and
Yeah.
you're going into your end step, and you're like, well, it's not gone yet. I still have all this.
Yeah.
Oh, you're playing Teamer. You could do it with Crewfix.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you probably wouldn't want to, but there's a lot of cool shit.
They're both
that you
replacement
could do
effects,
with
though,
this,
right?
yeah.
Sweet. So yeah, I think some fun stuff coming up at Avatar. I'm excited to get the whole set out and start kind of poking and building. And the early access event is always my favorite part of a new set, to just like see what people are doing and building and how it's all coming together.
Yeah.
Limited can tell you a lot. Limited to me, limited is like the perfect tell. Like pre-release limited specifically is one of the perfect tells of like what is going to stick and what is not. And it's like this is just objectively good in limited. Why would you never not play Firelord Ozai if you got it? XYZ examples.
Right.
Speaking of playing things, what about not being able to play things?
Ooh.
Hey, I see what he did there.
That was smooth, boss. That was smooth. Yeah, we are, and I don't want to beat the drum too hard, but we are now a week off of the upcoming BNR.
Yep. BNR is starting to rear its ugly head.
Yep. I will be. I'm very interested to see which. There's a couple different ways that WotC could go on this.
We decided to ban nothing.
Yeah. No bans. Everything is fine. I highly doubt that that's what we're gonna see.
Oh no. We're, at least
I can't fathom a world where we don't lose something, and I don't know. Seeing the reprint of Vivi in the new Chocobo foil treatment makes me go, well, maybe we're just losing Cauldron.
Yeah.
that's
On the flip side,
But
Monstrous Rage.
yeah, we got Monstrous Rage cool retro foil promos
Yep.
the day after the bans.
That's wherein like I am so enamored with this BNR. Like I have almost never cared about a BNR. Even when it hit, it gutted the deck I was playing. I was like,
Right.
all right, whatever, I'll play something else. But now more than ever, I am very, 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 very curious as to what is actually going to be hit and what's actually not.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to not play against Vivi.
Me too, but more than anything, I'm excited to see where the format is going to go afterwards. Even if nothing is banned, like
Right.
not a single thing is banned. WotC just goes absentee father, sayonara, have fun with your busted format.
I'm gonna go get some milk, son.
Yeah, back for milk and smokes.
Cigarettes,
Woof.
lotto tickets.
Even if that does happen, so like say we do hit that level of like have fun with your broken format, I'm so curious to see where things will rotate from that point, because if the Pro Tour just goes back to you can play BB, you can play RDW, if you're a good boy, and if you have a really lucky draw, you can play Dimir Aggro, then that tells me all I need to know, right?
Well, that tells me it's time to start rebuilding some commander decks. That's
There
what
you
that
go.
tells me.
Exactly. That's exactly what
Yeah.
that tells you.
And-
It's like, all right, I will start building a mana base for Modern. Goodbye.
Speaking of Commander versus the dead standard horse that we beat a couple times already on this podcast, tonight's main topic is the Commander episode.
We're here.
For like 4 weeks, we've been going, yeah, but that's a Commander thing. We could do a whole episode on that. Well,
Here we are.
Let's see if
fuck
we
it.
can.
We're gonna.
sleep deprived, overly caffeinated
Yeah.
commander conversation.
Well, and yeah, we figured that the Monday after the weekend from hell would be the perfect like Commander episode time.
Oh yeah.
I feel like Kyle is extra squirrely tonight. We are missing Aaron. Aaron did catch the
Bless up, Aaron.
the card show plague. So I don't know if he's on and watching at home right now, but
I think they
we
call
love
that,
you, Aaron. Feel better, buddy.
I think that's called Con Crud. That's
It
normally
is
what
called
I've heard it
Concrud, yes.
sure.
However,
There
I
we go.
think it came from before that.
She possibly. I'm gonna blame it on the con.
I'm gonna blame it on Daniel.
All right. So what's interesting about this tonight is we've got Raph with us instead of Aaron, and we have Money with us. And I have never met two humans on opposite ends of the Commander spectrum more than these two. And then you have Kyle and I, who just kind of like just want to play cards.
Yeah, I'm fine with whatever.
Yeah. So we'll start with Chris. Money, why don't you tell us a little bit about like your favorite games of Commander and how you prefer to play Commander? Hey, let's get real fun and go. Chris, what bracket do you play Commander in?
So I live in the bracket 3, bracket 4 range.
Yeah.
I don't think I am capable of building a bracket 1 or 2 deck anymore.
Okay.
I just don't have that brain power anymore.
You
It
like
takes
good
effort.
cards.
I like good cards now, right?
Yep.
However, I pick a theme. Yeah, I just noticed it like 2 minutes ago. But I look at my commander or look at the cards that I really want to play, pet cards.
Sure.
Shout out Kyle. And then I pick a theme based on that, and I stick to that theme even if there is a detriment to the deck because of it.
Okay.
I have a deck that has no creature spells in it. Would it be made better by creature cards? Yes. But there's no creature cards in it because I said so.
Fair.
Cody.
Fair.
I run a 4-mana rock that's called Golem's Eye in my Golem deck. It has Golem in the name. It's flavor. It's a bad card. It's a 4-mana Soul Ring.
Woof.
Yeah. But it's thematic.
Not even a Hatred Archive.
Oh, that's
Hey,
in there
Heatron
too.
Archive, good card. You can
That's
get
in there
cards.
too. For the record, I have other good mana rocks, but I also have a card that taps for 2 mana. That costs
Okay,
me
so
4.
you've got Mox Diamond and LED and stuff in there.
I
Good,
didn't
good.
say amazing. I said good.
Oh, okay.
I said
okay.
good.
Okay.
Yeah, some of us can have the
What
expensive deck.
what are kind of your game preferences? Like looking at like length, amount of interaction on the social, having fun and shooting the shit versus like I'm only here focused on is this the end of the game? What is the next play? Who's gonna win?
I like a balance between we're sitting down hanging out and we're sitting down playing a card game. Like, you need to be paying attention to the card game, but also this is not a business transaction. We should be able to have fun while we do it, right? You should be able to have a conversation while taking your game actions and progress the game.
Fair. How about you, Kyle?
So,
Same questions, usual. Oh wait, shit, money. Favorite commander colors?
Golgari, Abzan, Sultai. Green, black, plus another color, usually.
every color.
Green, black plus.
Yeah, green, black, and sometimes add another color in the mix.
Fair. All right, now, Kyle.
so
Hey, while you're grabbing an apple juice, you want to grab me a Waze?
Yeah, flavor.
Peach.
Cherry lime.
Thank you.
okay. So, like most people, my first place I went after Standard was Commander. I have played a lot of it. I have played a ton of it, and I think I know exactly where my sweet spot is. If I had to say, so bracket 1 is the highest, yeah?
No,
No.
bracket one. Bracket one is
pile of
look.
cards.
I made a deck and it's all cats. I don't know if it does anything, but it's your golem deck.
One of your cats might be in the wrong color.
Golem is a 3, homie.
I know.
That's how bad that might be.
Okay, so
Yeah.
one is pure jank, and then 4 is the highest.
Yeah, 4 is high power, and then technically CDH or bracket 5 is
Okay, so bracket 5, so 4 to 5 is.
yeah. I would argue that bracket 5 is a different card game, but
I could definitely agree with that. So
but
I-
anyhow,
I've played 0.5 games, man. Like,
yeah.
I think my sweet spot is kind of like what Money said of keep it casual but keep the game going.
Yeah.
One of my most finite examples to kind of like really kind of wrap a bow on it is there is I'm trying to think about how to phrase this the best.
It's gonna be a big bow, folks.
When board clearing does more to harm the game than it does to advance it.
Yeah, a board wipe that doesn't let anybody win but just adds 6 turns onto the game.
Yes, to me that's not a good thing. So I would say that if I had to pick, I would like to play in about 3.5 to 4. I have gotten to the point in my games. I have played tons of Kitchen Table. I've played regular. I played Command Fest Bellevue for in borderline CDH. You
Yeah.
know, in this is all of an opinion of not. I haven't played CDH. I would
Sure.
like to, and I'm building towards it because I see the fun in it. I like focused games.
Okay.
That's the best way I can put it. Is I've played way too many games where it's like kitchen table dot kitchen table, and they can be fun when you have time for it. But for the most part, I feel like they're more grating than they are fun. Especially like my favorite colors are Is It. They doesn't matter what format. I love red blue. I don't care what I'm doing with it. If it's artifacts, spellslinger, storm, I don't care. I like to be engaging. I like everything to be very engaging. And how can you get more engaging than more higher power? Do they have the force of will? Do I need to play around an infinite combo?
Right.
Stuff like that. I feel like that's important.
Fair.
So I like a good mixture of both, though.
But towards the higher power.
Towards the higher end.
There you go. Raph.
Well, I mean, I live in 4 and 5.
Yeah.
That's where I am. Like if I have to talk brackets, because first off, like the problem with brackets in general is always just going to be the intent.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then that's the biggest issue that we're having now is I see a lot of people that are playing in a bracket with the intent of not being in that bracket.
Yeah, that's part of our next topic.
And
Lovely.
before we get there, like there's many different things that keep me in 4 and 5. But I will say, like, one of the things is people think that being in that high of a power range, it takes away like certain aspects of the game, like the social part. But you can ask anyone. When I'm sitting here in that pod, we are the loudest and like laughing. And sometimes our nonsense takes
Social-
longer than our actual game
Social
actions.
CEDH.
Yeah, like we will have the most fun. And the reason why a lot of that happens is because we put ourselves in a place where everyone is almost kind of rule zeroed into playing in that high level, that no one's dying or surprised that you did something.
Mm-hmm.
So we're having the most fun out of it. Someone's seeing like, oh, okay, there is a board wipe being presented, but usually when this happens at this table, the person's going to win right after that.
Correct.
And that's the stigma around
Takes a
is
lot
like a
of
lot
the
of
salt
people.
out of it.
Yeah,
Yes.
because a lot of the times people are like, "Oh, you're running like Toxic Deluge. That's a very strong card." It's like it is, but I'm not going to use it in a way that's going to prolong the game.
Correct.
I am a strong believer.
You're gonna use it to win the damn game.
Exactly. I'm a strong believer of game is done. We shuffle up and play another
Yes.
one.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of people would say, "Oh, but that's like quantity over quality." I was like, "No, the quality of the games are always high."
Correct.
And then when we get to play more of those high quality games, for me, it's just more memories, more fun.
Yep.
We're enjoying the game, and in what I feel was intended. When somebody goes and says, "Hey, Magic the Gathering is a structured card game. There are 60 cards, there's 40 cards, there's sealed, there's things like that," and then someone who has a huge influence goes, "But what if we played whatever we wanted to play?"
Yeah.
And the only rule to that is that there has to be one copy of it to add up to 100 cards in the deck. That is someone who intended for you to have fun the way that you wanted to have it. Mind you, I did start in Commander, but I host streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays for Standard and Modern, and I've learned a lot about it. And I'm sorry, you can say that a Commander is not a real format and everything, but at the end of the day, I have more fun than you do.
Yeah.
And
that's a big piece too. Is like, if you're not having fun, why are you playing the game?
exactly. That's
Yep.
a huge piece to it. But overall, my Commander experience has always been great. I mean, there are those little rotten apples and making it to the basket sometimes.
Oh, that's true.
But I mean, just as simple as that, we get over it.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is always being transparent. When somebody sits down that I never played with before, I say, "Hey man, do you have something that is strong?" And I don't mean that one deck that you're trying to break away that your bracket 2 or bracket 3 pod won't let you play. I mean like something strong.
We're playing cards that are going to win the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what colors do you usually play in? Raph?
Yeah, Ralph, what colors do you play?
I am a black player. Everything that I play will play black in it. I am known in the store as the Rakdos players because I love to break Rakdos in ways
Love
that
breaking
just doesn't
some
like.
Rakdos.
It just doesn't make
don't
sense.
see
It shouldn't work, but it does. Like there's
A true gem of Commander. This shouldn't work,
And I am sitting in 5 Rakdos decks that I do not like often break out because they've gotten to the point where they're completely optimized. Luckily, I do play with a pod that lets me play them. But it's definitely one of those things where if I had money or Kyle sitting down, I'd probably be like,
maybe this other deck.
yeah.
Like, that would be a situation I'd play Chatterfang. Like, I'm in the same boat.
And I know you would love to play Chatterfang more.
So one of the big things that's recently come up in Commander is a refresh to the new bracket system. Everybody remembers a couple years back we had some bannings and some community chaos and kind of the worst
death
in the
threats.
Magic. Huh?
Some
Yeah.
death threats.
Yeah, the worst of the Magic community came out and WotC through I don't know if I'd call it corporate responsibility, maybe corporate ass covering is the better term. Went, all right, well we're gonna bring this back in house. We originally for the longest time in Commander had a 1 to 10 power rating, right? And the joke under that was that everything's a 7.
Everything's a
Yeah,
7.
it's a 7.
Yeah, it's a 7. Because there weren't really good guidelines. I mean, I remember, God, it must have been about a year into the command zone. I remember they hadn't hit the levels of production quality they have. I'm not going to say it was back in the shitty episodes because they were still great, but like it was one of the many earlier episodes. And they're like, what makes a deck an 8? And like it was an hour and a half podcast on what makes a deck an 8, and it's like, wow, that is a whole lot of thought process going into assigning a number from people who play Commander for a living, essentially. How the hell is Jim Bob with the pile of cards he owns at the table ever going to figure that out?
Yeah.
Right. And so I think that the Commander brackets, I didn't do either one either. I am somewhere in between Raph and Kyle. I struggle to play a deck that someone would consider a 3 because I'm looking at it and going, oh, but I could play that card and it would make it better. Call it what you want. I'm in the position where I can pretty much put my hands on whatever card I want to play. And let's be honest, Wizards, mute the stream for a minute. You just print the goddamn card and you play it and you test it and you check it out, right?
Steven.
It's not proxying, it's play
Testing. You test playing with it.
Game pieces.
So I think the brackets as they were announced were in general an improvement over where we were.
Yeah.
Obviously some definition. I think the brackets are easier to define
Yeah.
than the 1 through 10. I don't think they're any harder to manipulate. You know, you had touched on, I'm building something that's technically a 3, so I can sit down at a 3 pod and essentially seal club and you know. And the brackets are still in beta, so I don't know what when looking at the old WotC system, right, the 0 to 10 versus the new bracket system. You know, Chris, what do you think of the difference between the two?
I think having fewer numbers to differentiate between made it easier to have clarity. Because what's the difference on a 1 to 10 scale between a 4 and a 5?
See, and I never in 2 years of running a shop and watching 50 people play Commander every weekend, I never saw anybody assign their own deck anything under a 5.
Yeah.
Like that first half of the bracket was just not
Dead numbers that no one cares about.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely having 5 brackets, having that clear differentiation between, all right, this is a pile of cards that all the art has a puppy in it. This is a pile of cards that have some kind of theme. This is a pile of cards that have a theme and good cards in it.
Right.
So on and so forth, right?
Yeah.
Just having that clear.
So that
aspect
was
to
a
it.
step forward for you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Kyle, thoughts?
So I wholeheartedly agree. I have always been a bigger fan of 1 through 5 as opposed to 1 through 10. I think 1 through 10 creates, like we were talking about, a really, really unrealistic set of measurement like really, really unrealistic set of measurement. 1 through 4 just makes more sense, not only, and to kind of touch on that, what brings things up brackets, I also really like, because I think it makes sense. I almost like the term game changer.
Yeah,
I
but
really
we're not
enjoy
game
it.
changers yet. We're just looking at new brackets versus old brackets.
I think the old bracket was just severely flawed.
Yeah.
Not for any reason outside of, with that bracket, there was virtually no way to grade any deck in any sense that was even remotely realistic. And that's like like you were saying, one of the most important parts about Commander is having a good rule 0. And if you don't have a grading system that works, that rule 0 is more of the most important part of the game than it already is.
Yeah.
I think it's a drastic improvement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Raph, anything to add on that?
I mean, you know, in a way, it's really good that WotC kind of stepped in and took over. I mean, the 1 through 10 was something developed by the RC.
Yep.
And the RC, as much as people wanted to always blame them for everything, were not part of WotC.
Nope.
They were just a group of people who were willing to devote their time to a community, and we appreciate them for that. I think the problem is, like 1 through 10 was too vague. It was way too vague, too up in the air. And now with what they're doing with WotC and the bracket system, it's still semi-vague when you really think about it. But it's good because you close the rules of interpretation with the rule 0. So you go, okay, like if this is a bracket 4 to you, this is a bracket 4 to me. Can we meet in the middle and play a game today, or do I just go find another? But yeah.
Cool.
Have you seen a difference, like with the new bracket system? Have you seen a difference in those players? In those.
I have seen differences. I'm not convinced they're positive yet because I don't. No, I have seen very positive differences in players that approach it with a willingness to use it as a tool to have more fun playing games for everybody.
Okay.
It's also easily abusable.
It's not any harder to abuse than the previous one though. Like that's
Card game, it's abusable.
well, I mean, people who are shitty and want to come in and
Pub stomp.
people who play video games on easy so that they can post their high scores
Pub
are
stomping.
going to continue that behavior no matter the framework you put around them, right?
Yeah.
But I think it is a much better tool.
Yeah.
You know, I think it is much more clearly defined. Yeah, the brackets are a little wider, right? I mean, I've watched people have 20-minute conversations on whether a deck should be a 5 or a 6, and at the end of the day, yeah, it's still like a mid-power casual deck, right? So I think it's a little harder to manipulate. I think it's a little harder to BS your way around it. I think it's a lot more obvious when somebody comes in and is like, yeah, my deck is a 3. See, here's my architect list. It says 3. Okay, so that's a red flag for me.
Yeah.
You know, because now that's the biggest thing for me. Is it the way that the brackets were presented when they were initially put out? It's still a math problem.
Yeah.
Right. So the recent update they did, and I'll use WotC's words here from their post on it. There are 2 pieces to this, talking about finding the bracket of where your card is, right? The first involves expectations around the game, mainly focused on deck contents, types of win conditions, and gameplay. It's more descriptive and soft while still painting a nice picture of what to expect. So it's not just each card has a number value, you add your cards up and you figure out where you're at, right?
Not
The
there
types of
yet.
win conditions matter. The speed of the gameplay matters. The second piece that they talk about is how many turns you can generally expect to play before you can win or lose. Now, that's not to say the game always ends for you on those turns, but if the game ended then, you would be satisfied with that experience, the performance of the deck. And this to me has always been the biggest piece of Commander, because I have sat down in a pod for a quick game of Commander as a shop owner and gone, well, yeah, you know, the tournament starts at 6, it's 5 o'clock, let's sit down, we're just going to play a 30 or 40 minute game, and everybody's on board for that, and we're going to get out of it, and then it's 5 minutes to 6, and I'm like, all right, we're in an hour, like I'm walking away from the table because I got to go do shit. And so for that for me is probably one of the biggest pieces of this update. You know, watching through the live stream that WotC put on, they talk a lot about intent. And I think intent is more important than the words on the card.
Yeah.
When you're talking about brackets. So I like that they're moving into that. They're changing it from something that people approached as a math problem to more intent.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things as somebody who I don't want to say runs a social group, but moderates essentially a social group of players in a building playing cards, is sit down and take 5 minutes, exercise your Tylenol fueled social skills a little bit, and let's have a conversation about what everybody at the table is looking for. You know, like you said, when somebody sits down at a table, you're like, hey man, you need to bring something powerful because that's what I'm playing. And if you're playing, you know, a deck that is there's all frogs because you like frogs, you're probably going to have a bad time.
Yeah.
Shout out Carson.
Although that frogs deck
Pretty
kind of
good.
fucks though. Like,
Yeah.
I've watched that thing go ham a couple times, and it's always an adventure. But yeah, I think the move towards intent is important.
No, I wholeheartedly agree.
You know, the conversation is where it needs to be. So they kind of went through and broke this down a little more into brackets. You know, bracket 1 is your exhibition deck, right? Every card in my deck has a picture of a dog on it. Do they do anything together? No, but they have dogs on them. You know, it's some flexibility around legality. You know, maybe somebody's got some silver border cards in there, right? Everything highly thematic. Your win condition is probably thematic. Well, I'm going to kill you with cats. Okay, that's probably going to take a long time.
Okay.
Like, it's a very substandard win condition. You know, they talk about in bracket 1 exhibition at least 9 turns before you win or lose. I feel like that's low.
Yeah.
I do too.
I know I have sat down at tables like this with decks that were probably more powerful than were expected at that table because the communication wasn't there at the beginning, and I'm like 16 turns into a game sitting here going, Jesus, can I just draw this card so I can kill everybody and we can move on?
Yeah, well, that's also because it depends on how you interpret the turn, right?
Sure.
Because some people interpret the turn as in like the turn that you've taken.
Yeah, of the
So
individual,
it's just
not
like this is my 9th turn, but 9 times 4, this is 36 turns in total.
Yeah, I think the conversation here is centered around full rotations around the
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like 9 turns, you know, watching 36 different plays, like that to me would feel really
Yes.
Yeah.
it's like,
Especially of jank cards. Oh, yeah.
Or the dirtly guy who doesn't really know what to do with it.
Yeah, or the exhibition deck where it's like, wow, I have 6 cats in my hand and
Which one do I want to play?
I don't know what to play, so I'm going to stare at them for another 4 minutes.
They don't have rules text on them. They're vanilla cats, but I don't know what to play.
Would a 3-2 benefit me more or a 2-3?
This one's prettier though because I got it from this special set.
Yeah. Bracket 1 is one of those games that personally holds no interest to me.
Yeah.
But I definitely understand it. Now, that said, I should say holds no interest to me. Holds no interest to me sitting in a shop playing Commander. I'm sitting at home with 3 buddies, and our goal for the night is to kill off the keg and play some cards. Again, different social setting, different ball game, right?
That's one of the things I wanted to point out with all this too, is like context in this situation is really important. You were talking about as a shop owner, you've got an hour. That context is really important as opposed to being at home and killing off the keg. And my 0.5 deck is a Jace deck. Jace Friends Prodigy is the commander. It's Jace Tribal.
It's terrible.
5 creatures in the deck. The goal is to mill myself or you. It's like it's
Maybe someday.
Yeah, it's like if I'm alive by turn 9, you guys are doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Like genuine.
Or they're just ignoring you because they know
Yes.
your deck does nothing.
The only time I can see myself building a bracket 1 deck would be if I eventually am able to get my hands on a full commander deck of PSA zeros.
I mean, it's themed.
I will
It's
absolutely make sure I have every shuffle effect I can put in there, just to really dig the point in.
Kyle, we need you to eat more cards.
Get over.
I can't afford to grade 100 cards myself. I have to buy them graded.
Say it would cost you more than the cards are worth.
Right.
Kyle, eat the slime.
But
Cool.
it's funny.
So, well, I don't know if I would eat. Yeah, I mean, I guess 1's the lowest, right? Okay. Bracket 2. So bracket 2, when they announced this, was announced as bracket 2 is the pre-con bracket.
Yeah, original.
Was, yes.
And the first time I saw that, I looked at that and I went, huh. The Ixalan dinosaur deck, the
Velociraptor.
Duskmorn Valgavoth deck.
Cloud.
Yeah, like
Riders of Rohan. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, because Kaliho was in the deck.
yeah. Kali of the Vast, one of the first precons. Like, are you
The attraction.
precon
I was
power
gonna
level
say
has
Atraxa.
always been. Anytime somebody sits down and goes, I don't know, man, it's just precon. Oh, we're in for a ride.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No, it's honestly, I could be more convinced to play a 1 game than a precon game, because
Well, there's no definition to precon game,
no,
right?
exactly. How does Atraxa compare to Painbow? How does
ASE was
ASE?
terrible.
Yes. How does ASE compare to Marvo? The
Yeah. Well, Brothers War, the Mishra and the Urza deck. And the Mishra deck just went poke, and the Urza deck fell over. You know, he's like, oh, but the Urza deck was really good if you took the commander out and right.
There you go.
Yep.
It's not a precon no more.
Yeah.
Well, that and then precons are no longer where they used to be.
No.
Like, they have
No.
been power crept so much lately. It's crazy.
Well, but I think they got power neutered though first. Like the first couple, like C16, that era.
Yeah, it was.
Some of those were like the
Yeah.
Atraxa commander
The
deck.
Atraxa deck, yeah.
But I think they started off strong, and then there was kind of like a lull
Yeah.
because people still wanted to play.
yeah, that's what he's saying. They neutered them and then power crept them.
Yeah, but I think for as long as I've been playing, they've only gotten a lot better. My
Yeah.
first
Yes.
precon was Will Help,
Yeah.
and even that was like really good.
Will
I was drawing like
Help.
end step, draw 3 cards. I don't know if this is good, guys, but
I'm,
I have more cards in it.
I'm trying to remember what my first precon was.
I remember
No,
my first set of
and-
precons, and it was C16.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, they
now,
were gross.
Now you're seeing like infinite in precon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh god, I think my first precon I actually played were the Bloomborough ones. That's
Yeah, and, like,
hilarious.
and that's
Those were well into the turning the volume up stage.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Bumbleflower. Oh my god.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember when the 1 precons came out with like Naeth and the other like bug one? They
Yeah.
were garbage.
Yeah, they were really.
unbelievable garbage.
I honestly don't remember what the commanders were for that set because they were so bad
It was-
that I just never like.
yeah,
Is that what is that? Grist and Alora.
I think so. I remember like it was like Naeth something. It was a Boros modified or like a Boros for Mirrodin, something like that.
Yeah, Nyala Sun's Vanguard, which was the Boros give your tokens double strike dude,
Okay. Oh, some more recent.
oh yeah, it. Oh my
and
god.
then Ixhel was the Sultai.
X hell.
It
Oh my god, Sidisi Moore.
Is it Sultai or Abzan?
or Abzan.
Abzan,
Sorry,
yeah,
Abzan.
yeah.
Yeah.
I actually played that. That was really fun.
Oh,
That was
I
really fun.
hate
You know what one of
Excel.
my favorite examples is? For like to me the absolute best measure of how precons hit a spike, they went down and they shot the fuck up. Warhammer. When the Warhammer decks came out,
Yeah.
the first UB, they played together well. And
Yeah.
like, don't get me wrong, the Necron one was hands down the best.
Yes.
But
The Necron one was
Are they
hands
really?
down the best one to hand to somebody who is not an experienced commander player
And
and
have
have them
them do
trip,
good.
stumble, and fall into doing really good with
Yeah.
it.
I don't
It
know.
took it was the lowest skill cap to be good.
Yeah. When you talk
That-
about like skilled players getting their hands on those decks, though, I mean, the Esper one and then Abaddon was insane. Abaddon literally had spells where it's just like, cool, I dealt 3 to each of you. Cascade. There goes half my deck. Cool.
Swarm Lord.
Yeah. So bracket 2 has moved away from that. They've removed any reference to pre-con.
Which is good.
It's now considered core. Unoptimized, straightforward. Some cards chosen to maximize creativity. Some cards chosen because they're good. I think a lot of when people look at theme decks, I think a lot of theme decks still fall into bracket 2 because if every single card in your deck has a picture of a cat on it, it's probably bracket 1. If you're playing a golem deck or a frog deck or some kind of even I shit on a lot, even a cat deck, right? Like there are some good cat synergies.
Yeah.
That's actually one of the things I was thinking about. It's like Renin Seri is one of the top EDH commanders.
Well, just Miri alone in Selesnya will
Yeah.
destroy somebody.
Yeah.
I have 52 cats, but I also have a Chroma's Will.
Yup.
Yeah.
Yup.
There's
Renin Seri is
Right.
egregiously
So I think that's kind
Love my
of
Renin
kind of
Seri.
the theory or the intent behind bracket 2, right? Is I'm not playing the giant bombs. You know, I'm not running a cat deck with a smothering tithe, right?
right. There's no land tax. There's no like Ocelot Pride most likely.
Well,
you
Land
know.
Tax is a pre-con card as well.
Is
Yeah.
it now?
Yeah.
Yeah, God.
So
I'm
that's
sorry.
where like it kind of starts to get a little bit like jumbled, right?
Right.
But I mean, again, like these are cards that are very like thematic, but also like you said, like no infinites, nothing like that. The crazy part is that if you look at like decks that fit this theme word for word, you're looking at Krenko.
Yeah. Yeah, Krenko's a goblin
Yeah,
stack.
there's no infinite. You
Nope.
can run a bunch of Krenkos. Krenko just cranks.
Yep.
It
just cranks them
it
out.
just, yeah, like,
But
let's
it's,
just make a
it's
bunch.
telegraphed and it's disruptive.
Yeah.
That's the big thing that I like that they put in bracket 2. Win conditions to be incremental, telegraphed on the board, and disruptible. You're not going to go from an empty board to winning the game in a turn.
Yeah.
Right? It's going to telegraph. You're going to have to put some pieces in
Yeah.
place. It's disruptible.
Yes.
You know, you have to pass the turn, and if you untap with that, sure, I probably win. But 3 people have the ability to disrupt that in some way, shape, or form. I think too in bracket 2 play, I would expect to see each deck start to do its thing, right? Because its thing is going to take 2 or 3 or 4 turns, but each deck you kind of get to see the intent and the gameplay plan behind each deck, right? As you get into the higher brackets, I mean, I've watched CEDH games where somebody does nothing and somebody's won. I've seen 3s and 4s where that happens, right? In 2s, I feel like everybody kind of at least gets to play some cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think too is the your starting point as like a builder.
Yeah.
Like if you're deck building and you're putting together a bunch of decks, like your whole thing is like get to bracket 2, make it playable.
So
Yeah.
would you
And
say?
you're still learning.
Yeah.
You're still finding the optimizations. You're still finding the good cards for that deck.
So with that on the stack, would you say that 1 is just like your jank? It's like these.
I think 1 is intentionally jank.
Okay.
Yeah.
1 is
You have to
intentionally
try
jank.
for 1.
Would you say 1.5 is precons?
No. There's no
There is
point
no-
fives. There's no. We get away from 10 goddamn numbers. Don't
For
start
you
putting
not
halves
to
in and
make
giving us
halves.
10 numbers again.
That's why when you said 3.5 to 4, I was just like 4.
4.
You mean 4.
Yeah, you're in
Both-
4.
Both the beginning of
That's
what
a low
4
4
is
and a
to
high
as high as 4 can go.
It's a 4.
Yeah.
and yeah, that's so. I would say that I would agree with you. Where 2 is like where you're starting to get a feel for what the for you build a bracket 2 deck with a plan. You know what the win con is as you're building the deck.
Yeah.
Right.
It's my Selesnya life game deck. It's not got great cards. It's got like 40 lands in it, and it's got things that give me
But
life.
look, with 40 lands, you're not going to be sitting there starving.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to play cards from your hand every
Yeah.
turn, right?
Unless
you're-
they're all lands.
For sure. Sometimes Shuffler does fun things.
Yeah.
But Yeah, and that to me that's the key. Is in bracket 2, everybody gets an opportunity to play with their deck. It's it says at least 8 turns before you win or lose.
And then realistically, and in my opinion, I will put that out there 1st. In my opinion, nobody stays in bracket 2. As much as you want to say I am a bracket 2 player, no one will ever stay in bracket 2 because
you walk into the shop and you see a card and you're like, oh, that makes my deck better.
Yeah.
yeah, even if you're staying on theme, it's like
I haven't modified that deck in a while because, frankly, it needs an overhaul.
Yeah.
And
But does it? Is
I
it
don't
just
wanna-
a good bracket 2 deck?
I don't want to mess with it anymore.
Yeah. I think people on their player journey as well grow beyond the desire to play at that level, right? It with some exceptions, I think that most people are going to find a way to optimize themselves out of bracket 2 in a deck. Which brings us to bracket 3, upgraded. Okay. Players expect decks to be powered up with strong synergy and high card quality. They can effectively disrupt opponents. That's the point as a builder where you start going, all right, I need to take this many cards in my deck and dedicate them to interaction.
Yeah.
I need to play cards that not only advance my game plan, but can disrupt my opponents so that I have a chance to advance mine.
yeah. So, if I may, I think bracket 3 is a very interesting place because bracket 3 has a very low floor, but also a really high ceiling. And what I like about it is because the term upgraded is in there, it's what triggers somebody from going upwards or being in a stalemate area. And the crazy part is that, like, if you think about it, right, just like, oh, I just got this deck and I'm upgrading it slowly. Like, you already have a mindset of you want it to be better. You want it to eventually be optimized. And it just depends on how far you go with that.
Yeah.
So I think bracket 3 is probably, out of all of them, the most realistic bracket. That if we were going to have everything's a 7, that's where we would actually all be.
Yeah.
Because realistically, like, everyone will eventually go from being in 2 to the moment they start throwing cards into upgrading it, you are now a bracket 3.
Yeah.
Because the mindset's starting to change.
But I think bracket 3 hangs out for a long time in that journey. Because for me, bracket 4 is optimized, right? And we'll touch on that in a minute. But by the time you get to that, you have spent, I don't want to say significant time, but at least significant resources, right?
Yeah,
Be that money, be that mental energy, be that reps playing the deck, really tuning and tweaking. And that whole journey exists in 3, and I think that takes a lot longer than the jump from 2 to 3.
But that's what I mean, though, is that, like, it's such a high, like, ceiling.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people will start in 2 and end up in 3 for a really long time. I've had so many people that I saw. I mean, we're looking at 3 years in the shop, right? I have people who I can, like, name but probably won't, who have sat on the cross and kind of slowly made their way over, playing in stronger tables. And now they literally go and, like, it's like knocking on a door saying, hey, can we sit here because we want to get to this point.
No, I literally have like 3 separate friend circles of Commander players who I've seen take this journey. Like, one of them is very comfortable at like low 3s. One of them is like 3s into 4s, and now they're knocking on 5. Like, seeing that growth, and these guys, like you said, they've been playing for years, years and years and years. And like the friend group that I'm thinking about that typically plays at like that medium to low 3, like, they've been playing for a shit long time, and they know that's right where they like it. Like, they found their sweet spot.
And I
But
think
they
that would also
could.
Yeah, and that'll also depend on who and how much you play. Because if you're in here like every single weekend, I feel like that journey, it'll take some time, but it'll be way faster.
Oh yeah, it's expedited.
Versus, like, if you have a friend group that joins up every other weekend after work, after a really long day, then you're gonna be in 3 and you're gonna be comfortable and cruising in 3 for 10 years down the lane, and that's gonna be perfect for you. And I love that for everybody and anybody.
I think the transition from 2 to 3 is inevitable. I think the transition from 3 to 4 sometimes just doesn't.
No.
Yeah.
Like,
And
hands
that's
down.
I mean, that's great But I think being in 3, it's still a better medium for everyone. Because it's easier for me as a high bracket player to go down to 3. Because I could be like, oh, you mean I could still play a front precon and I could still upgrade it? Or you mean I could still play my shenanigans like Outlaws deck and it'll actually be fun?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you can come in and spend $50 on a precon, put another $50 or $60 in cards in there, and be solidly right in the middle of the pack in a 3.
Yeah.
With no issue. There are precons on the shelf that are a 3. You know.
So I think once you spend, I don't want to say too long, but too long in that bracket 3, you don't have the capability to build lower than that anymore.
Yeah.
My Oops No Creatures deck, I aimed for a 2 with that.
It's not.
It didn't land there.
Yeah.
It's easily a high 3.
But you have, by the time you get to that point, you have a card knowledge, right? You know, when you come in and the first time you're playing in the precon you picked up off the shelf and you play a Swords to Plowshares, you're like, cool card, right? Great card. You hit that point where like now you identify with that card and you're like, oh, there's planes in the deck. I have this many slots for interaction. Cool, we're grabbing a Swords or a Path, right? It just, the cards and the power level that you play that takes you out of that 2 into 3 just kind of become the default cards that you put when you're building a deck because they're cards that don't suck.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, you could play some weird common 4 mana exile target creature, something, right? Some garbage bad removal. Or you could play a $2 Swords to Plowshares.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I just don't know how to build lower anymore because I know all the good cards. Not the great ones. I'm not spending the money on those.
And like I said, eventually that just like goes up.
Yeah.
And then depending on how you move through your community, that also helps like other people.
Yeah.
Because if you have a strong friendship with your pod or anybody else around you, like a lot of those people are going to be like, well, I want to keep playing with you. Yeah. So I'll build a stronger deck. Like this will be more fun.
And moving through 3 doesn't have to be expensive either.
No.
When you start getting up towards the top of 4 and into CDH, there are depending on the color and the archetype you're playing, there are cards that become necessary that aren't $2 cards.
Right.
You can build a really good 3 for like a couple $100.
Yeah.
If not less.
Yeah.
Look at my collection.
Yeah. But I think if I had to walk around and look at the decks on a Sunday, right, and like watch them play for 5 minutes and write down the bracket that I think they're in, I would say 60 to 70% of them are going to be 3s.
Yeah.
You know, there's a couple 2s out there. We always have new players starting out that are, you know, their favorite card is a card that everybody else looks at and goes, oh, that's a bad card. Why are you playing that?
You got a problem with me, Money?
No. No problem.
I don't ever ask that of Carnahan. I know he's playing them because they're bad cards and they're funny.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
That's part of Kyle's shtick at this point.
Kyle and I are bros in that regard.
Yeah. But it, I think the vast majority of everything hangs out in a 3.
Yeah.
3 lets you, you know, they've removed it used to be like, oh, well, if you're playing 3 game changers, now you're a 4.
Right.
I think getting away from that was good. Because like I can build a deck with 10 game changers in it, and if the rest of the deck doesn't do anything,
Doesn't matter.
I can stick a Rhystic Study on turn 2 with some fast mana from turn 1, and draw my whole deck. And if all of the other cards I draw are poop, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So I think that's a super big piece. Bracket 3 says generally you should expect to be able to play at around 6 turns before somebody's winning or losing.
These numbers feel low to me. Yeah, overall.
No, I think
feel like that's
I think
correct.
you play with too many people that are
Bad at the game.
I think bad at the game is
Love my homies.
no, not bad at the game. Just
no
like,
disrespect to the homies.
I think too when you're looking at playing X turns before you win or lose, I think you have to take out the games where somebody's like, well, I don't have anything to do, but I don't want to lose, so I'm going to board wipe.
Yeah.
And take out the I don't want to be a dick, so I'm not going to win.
Correct.
on
Yeah,
this
no,
turn.
games exactly like that. It's
Yeah.
like, well, I don't want to pick on people. It's like,
we're looking at the ability of the deck to do it,
Yeah,
not the
fair.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that is like
Not the
it's a fail to say on average.
Yeah.
Because it should be
Yeah.
on average,
Yeah.
which an average could be
well, it
completely
does.
different, right?
Generally, you should be able to expect to play at least 6 turns before you
Yeah.
lose. Absolutely. Will there be bracket 3 games that somebody draws a nut 7 and wins on turn 3? Yeah,
Is there
I've
a
played
bracket? Is there a bracket 3 game that there's plenty of interaction that
3.
goes to 90 turns?
Or
buddy.
Or a bracket 3 game where everybody's just kind of shooting the shit and not really paying attention and doesn't mulligan and starts with 7 trash in hand. You know,
And-
money keeps 7 lands and a squirrel, and here we are. There's 6 lands and a squirrel, and here we
I've
are.
never. Never mind.
The one
Or
squirrel
someone
is
kept a
Chatterstorm.
one-lander and just the perfect hand. All they need is one more land.
They'll draw out of it. They promise.
Eight turns in. Yeah, how many times have you heard? It's fine, I'll draw out of it.
How many times
I
I've heard
mean-
you specifically
was
say
gonna
that,
say.
let alone everyone else?
You specifically.
I will say
No.
this though, like I have a really bad habit of doing that just based off of being tired of mulligan. I just get tired. I mean, I double sleep every single day.
Yeah.
So like holding that brick in my hand and just like
Yeah, I don't
I'm
want to
like,
go to 5 because by the time I get to 5, I've got a damn hand cramp.
Yeah.
So like, if my 7's not good, I'll grab 6, but I'm probably
I'll make
keeping
it there
that 6.
eventually.
Yeah.
Like, and I know Nick is referring to the game that I just played last week, where I sat out. All I know is I was literally one card away from winning that game, and I sat with 1.5 lands, and I said, "Do you say 1.5 lands because it was colorless?" For 6 turns. Literally drew just the one land that I needed, and that game completely shifted. By the end of my turn, there was
That's
2 people
hilarious.
out, and I was just looking at me and another player. I was like, cool.
That's
No, it's
everyone-
that one man.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
I just love walking by that and going, everybody else has lands, let's look at
And I'm 100% okay with saying
Move to discard.
where you'll later learn in this episode where I live as far as like my land base and how I choose to build decks. It'll piss off everyone, but I could tell you, and you can ask most of the people here that I'm sitting with,
It works.
it works.
Yep.
Oh, I don't doubt you.
Well,
I've seen you play
I-
games.
I went through. So one of the key things that I try to teach new commander players is, yeah, that's a really cool card. Please don't cut a land to make room for it in the deck. and then I built Vivi. And I play 18 lands out of 100 cards.
Yeah.
That stresses
But it works.
me out, but I get it.
But it works, right? Because all I need is 2,
Yeah.
right?
Honestly.
It's very much, you know, and you look at a typical commander player. You go, yeah, I play 19 lands. They're going, "It's your fucking problem." No,
Well,
but that is so far on the other end of the spectrum
Yeah.
where the optimization and the tuning
Yeah.
is at a level that makes up for that.
it is, and that's what I was gonna say. Is like that's also a CDH deck.
Sure.
Like that's
But-
there's a there's a little bit of a margin there.
I don't.
I mean, I played 22 in my Juladoc deck.
Yeah, like I.
But I also
personally-
played 14 goddamn mana rocks that were 3 mana or less.
Yeah, I personally don't think and if we are moving into bracket 4, this will make
Yeah,
like, a
yeah.
lot
Bracket
more
4 is
sense.
next. So 6 turns in bracket 3. So bracket 4 is optimized.
Mm-hmm.
Bracket 4 is not a CDH metagame deck. But bracket 4 is lethal, consistent, fast, and designed to win the game. That's it.
CDH light.
Well, no.
No.
So CDH is a meta, right? It's like standard. You know, here's what you're going to be playing against. Here's what you have to work, and you're not aiming for that in a bracket 4 deck. It's a little more generalized. I would say power level, they're actually a lot closer than people would think. It's just a matter of, if I'm building a bracket 4 deck, if I'm building a CDH deck, I have to figure out how I stop a Rogside deck from doing its thing so that I can do my thing. And if I'm building a CDH deck, I have to go, okay, what do I have in this deck when I sit across from an Atali player to stop him from just playing my entire deck on turn 3?
Yeah.
Right? You're not doing that in bracket 4. You're still optimizing. You're still playing the best cards that you can put your hands on. You know, I've had people before. I played an LED in a Grim Monolith in my Eldrazi bracket 4 optimized deck. Well, that's a CDH card. No.
No.
No, this deck, I would sit down at a CEDH pod and I would get my butthole tore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't have the tools to interact with what's in the CEDH meta.
Yeah.
But game changers, yeah, sure. Game changers. I personally hate that word, but we'll get to that.
Well, that's something too. It's like when they talk about CDH meta, I know because of who's talking about it and who's helping to create these brackets, right?
Yeah.
Like you're talking about someone who created a CDH commander by accident, just because he thought it'd be fun, and then created probably one of the best commanders in the beginning stages of CDH. But when they're talking about CDH meta, they're not talking about specific cards, but they're talking about specific game plans that work. So, like for example, it's not how you stop Rock Thrash or how you stop Timna Crom or how you stop Sisse.
Right.
It's how you stop breach lines.
Yeah.
And that's what they mean by CDH meta. It's like when they're talking about breach lines, demonic consultation with Thorical, specifically those two together. When they talk about lab man effects, when they talk about, brain freeze things, like it is very specific to what that is considered and not the cards that you're playing. Because like you said, when you're playing an LED in a on your fucking around madness deck, right? To me, that sits in bracket 4 and it's optimized. It's what you choose to do from them that'll make the biggest difference.
Okay.
Hullbreaker Horror, phenomenal card. Super fun card in bracket 4, right? You can ruin some people's days with that card.
Yes, you can.
But you're not playing it as a combo win con like you would in CEDH, right? It comes back to intent. Like Raph said, there are a whole lot of CEDH decks, right? You can, especially with partner commanders, you can.
Yeah.
I mean, I've watched people play partner commanders because they're in the colors.
Yeah.
You look at Grixis. How many win cons does Grixis have?
Yes.
Right. But they're Grixis win cons.
Yeah, but that's my point. Is like when you think about it as a meta, you don't think about the commanders. You think about the color patterns and what combos exist in those color patterns. Because again, like you said, I could be playing that specifically to throw you off. I could be playing Tevish Crom and people would be like, "What the hell are you doing, dude?" I was like, "Do you not realize it's a Grixis deck in CDH?
Yeah.
I have access to
Whatever I want
everything."
is what I'm doing.
Yeah. Well, that's just terrible. And it's just like, is it though? No, it's not. Is it?
No,
Yeah, it's
Grixis.
Grixis.
Ralph, you were like that with them.
Took us all of half a second to.
Bracket 4 is where the bulk of what I build ends up. Bracket 4 is where I have the most enjoyment. I'm learning to enjoy CDH. The problem with CDH is I don't have the game experience to know a lot of those specific to see a lot of those lines coming.
Yeah.
And it's just playing more games, right? Yeah. But I definitely enjoy putting the best cards I can in the deck to do the thing I want to do. It's interruptible, sure. I mean, so are a lot of CEDH win cons, right? It's not about it not being interruptible. It's about it coming out of nowhere, right? My Juludoc deck that I played, right? I can untap with an empty board state, and at the end of the turn, swing enough Eldrazi to just kill the table. It can just happen. That's what Bracket 4 is. Bracket 4 is that, I guess, that explosiveness because of the optimizations that you're playing.
Yeah.
It's like Chatterfang, give me enough mana and I win.
Yes.
Because I have Pitiless Plunderer in my hand on turn 1.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I'm a big fan of Bracket 4.
Yeah.
And this is where I'll disclose the average amount of lands that I'll play in a deck. So the highest count that I have in any Bracket 4 or lower deck that I have is 32 lands, and that is in a Lands Fault deck. That is Glarb. My lowest count is 24 in Yawgmoth.
Okay.
So the thing there, though, is that people are like, "Oh, well, this is your issue. This is why."
But
blah,
Yawg
blah,
doesn't need mana.
Yeah.
You have a life total, bro.
Because we're now in a bracket where we're talking about synergies, we're talking about optimization, we're talking about so many different things, and one of those things that people forget is things like mana creep.
Huh?
Like, yeah, sure, I played 26 lands, but when the most expensive card in my deck is 4 mana,
Yeah, who cares?
who cares? as long as I drop a 4th land, I am okay.
Correct.
And we can still run things like rituals.
No.
You know, Dark Ritual,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you're calling Dark Ritual literally $2.50 a CDH card, then I don't really know what to tell you from there.
Right.
But if I do my 1 open and burst into 3 manas and I'm able to get my commander out and then do nothing, I don't believe that is CDH. It depends on how you're playing that. But that's kind of where I live as far as like how that goes. And mainly because being in bracket 4 has shown me that like you can still play incredibly powerful things and still be far and away from CDH.
Yeah.
And it's great. Like Mirams live in bracket 4.
Yeah.
You know, Eldrazi lives in bracket 4.
Slivers.
Ren and Siri actually lives in bracket 4. Like,
Really?
Yeah,
I would have
like,
thought that Ren and Siri would be higher.
Chatterfang 100% lives in bracket 4. Even Elf Ball lives in bracket 4.
Really?
Yeah. Like if someone
That's pretty surprising.
I mean, it's just stuff that can. The concept of bracket 4 is that you're playing the best cards that you can play.
Yeah.
You're playing as optimized as you can play, right? And I say not as optimized as the deck can be, but as optimized as you can play, because everybody kind of grows into that skill level the more you play. There's definitely a changeover point between 3 and 4 where you're not perfectly optimized, but boy, you put some work and some dollars into it. And it just for me it's that explosiveness. That like, oh boom, I had an empty board, now I win.
Yeah. And I think as we get into bracket 4, we start talking less about the deck and more about the pilot.
Yeah.
This is where the intention switches.
Yep.
Because I've seen a lot of decks where people are playing in a bracket 3 pot, right? And I'm like, let me sit down with that deck and I'll show you what it can do.
Yeah.
You don't even have to change a single card, just based off of what I've seen in your hand as I walk by. Let me show you something cool. And that is because that's where it starts to leave like the whole, oh well, the deck is this, to like, well, this is what the deck can do. Again, going back to intent. So it's really cool being in that bracket in general, because I can play decks like Tiny Bones, right? I can give Tiny Bones to somebody else. I guarantee you they're not going to know what to do. Like, they're going to see A plus B and go,
Yeah.
I'm going to put down E instead. Right? And it's just, it's one of those things. where-
Reps and experience and yep.
And that's the fun part, is that, like I said, eventually most people do make it out of like bracket 3. Yes, it's a long road there, but once you're in bracket 4, personally, I think it's really, really hard to go back.
I think the other piece of bracket 4 too is interaction, and not. I would say there's no such thing as a control deck in CEDH because you don't have enough cards in your deck to control 3 players at a time, right? It's not like 1v1 where I can just like, I'm playing a control deck against Kyle and Kyle doesn't get to play the fucking game. But the level of interaction turns up a notch.
Yeah.
You know, and again, to the pilot, part of bracket 4 is maybe having that force of will that you had in bracket 3, but knowing what to hit
What
with
to
it.
do with it,
Yeah.
You
or
know.
knowing when to board wipe.
Yep.
Like, it's the difference between I'm gonna board wipe everyone's creature just because, to I'm gonna board wipe because I have a brash taunter,
Yeah.
and there is a lot of creatures on it.
Yup.
I'm gonna board wipe with my Sir Conrad out.
I'm
Yeah.
going to board
Exactly.
wipe because I have Teferi's protection. in
That's
hand.
where the main difference is. And people are gonna say like, oh well, you know, that's a very like strong thing. It's just like, no, it's like, this is understanding why a card exists in your deck versus why it was put there in a precon and you haven't taken it out yet.
Right.
So again, you're starting to get to that point where you played your deck long enough. Someone can go all the way from bracket 2 to bracket 4 with the same exact deck.
Of course.
I've seen it before, and it's so impressive because it's like, I remember when I played that thing, and you drew like 8 lands in a row, and literally played one big thing. Everyone went ooh, and that was it. Now
then you died.
Yeah, and then now you're playing that same exact deck a year and a half later, and everyone sees it and goes, "Oh my god, this is gonna be crazy!" Like, and that's, to me, that's amazing. I think that's like a really like great way to kind of show how these brackets will actually inevitably work. And it's cool because as you start seeing people doing these things outside, it's like, eventually I'm going to get to the point where I have multiple different brackets or pods to choose from because everyone's getting.
Yeah.
And that to me is like the whole point. And when everyone starts to get to a similar mindset when someone comes in, because a lot of these brackets were built with the intent that like, oh, well, this is not for the people who are going to the same shop every single day and sitting with the same pod. This is meant for the stranger that walks in. But if it builds a community in the shop the same way that it's actually meant to, someone can walk out and be like, hey, dude, this is what we like to play in the store.
Yeah.
You don't have a deck for that? Cool. Borrow one of mine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sit down. We're about to have a fun game. You're about to learn probably more about Magic than you ever have.
Yeah, we had a kiddo, I want to say 13-ish, I don't know. He was in the shop. He was playing. He was about to sit down with one of the starter precons at our table, and like it's me, Taylor, and one other person, and like we don't have decks that are on par with that precon. So I'm like, hey, what do you like?
Yeah,
What kind of stuff do you like?
Play one of these.
He
Let's
played
learn.
my my self-mill deck.
Yep.
And if you've played against that deck, that's no bracket 2. It's a good deck. He had an absolute blast because he had basically a bazooka in his hands instead of a little slingshot.
Yeah.
And there's a piece to that too of making sure that they're, aware and capable to make it functional. But yeah, it very much it very much helps out being able to have access to that, especially at a table where everybody else knows that they're at a certain level. So that's bracket 4. Bracket 5, CDH. I think that's probably the most well-defined bracket out of all 5.
Yeah.
Like, nope, we're sitting down. This you might not get a turn.
Yeah.
There is a feasibility in this game if you're going forth that somebody's going to win and you're not going to draw a card. It's just there. You're very thin margin for error. Every piece of interaction matters and is relevant, and if it's played wrong, can vastly swing the game.
I think that is one of the biggest differences I've seen between bracket 4 and CDH is literally just how people utilize the stack.
Yeah.
That's like the absolute apex of difference that I've seen. It's like waiting to see how many times the stack gets around the table before somebody flusterstorms or force of wills or all that kind of stuff.
Right.
It's beautiful.
So some of the big updates that they did in this that we've touched on a little bit along the way is bracket 1 being very focused on theme. Bracket 1 isn't a bad deck. Bracket 1 is an intentional choice to focus on theme and flavor over functionality. It doesn't necessarily matter if I'm playing a Nicol Bolas deck and I have a Bolas' Citadel in there. Okay, Bolas' Citadel is a game changer, right? But Bolas' Citadel in a deck full of high CMC garbage that's all themed around Nicol Bolas isn't a game changer.
Yeah.
Right.
4 cards at max, and then you're like, well, if I do
and
another
then
one,
you're
I
out of
might
life.
die.
But that is part of that comes back to the rule 0 of the pregame discussion of having that conversation of, yeah, sure, I've got a Bolas' Citadel in here, but the rest of it's garbage because my commander's Nicol Bolas and it says Bolas on it, so here we go. Bracket 1 isn't necessarily about power level. It's about pushing for a highly thematic. Like you say, your Golems deck. Oh, it's not a bracket 1. It's really good. It'd be really good and still a bracket 1.
It's not committed to the theme enough to be bracket 1.
Fair.
Like I think my Jace deck is the perfect level of commit to the theme because it literally has 2 cards that can win the game. 2, and even then that's like, oh wow,
Dice rolly.
Somehow
one counter
some
spell
way,
and your deck does nothing. Yeah.
And it's like somehow some way this has been on the battlefield this long, so I guess I win now.
So bracket 2, obviously we talked about no longer tying it to precons, which I think everybody agrees is precon power level is a spectrum.
Yeah.
There are garbage ass precons, and there are precons that could sit down and rock at a bracket 4 table.
Yep. Strongly put. I mean, precons can exist in 1 and they can exist in 4.
Yep.
Straight out of the box. No
Yep.
changes.
Straight out of the box.
Yep.
God, that's so terrible.
They haven't given us a CEDH level precon yet, but I don't know. Power creep more WotC, hold my beer.
I wonder how much that would cost.
Yeah.
$2,000 if it's the right deck.
I don't
No,
know. Probably
no.
less than a Commander Master's deck.
Yeah. I mean, but here's the thing: what's a deck cost, right?
Yeah.
When it's a precon, it costs what it costs to print it on the cardboard. When they print them all foil, sure they're more expensive.
Yeah.
Some of them that have valuable reprints in them will secondary market get more expensive, but the MSRP on all of them is the goddamn same.
Oh yeah.
You've got 2 MSRPs for commander decks. You've got your basic sets and you've got your premium sets.
Put Gaia's Cradle in a precon, you cowards.
Get rid of the reserve. That is a whole different conversation.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, but Gaia's Cradle's on the reserve list, but
I
that's a
don't care.
different episode.
That's a whole different episode.
That's after the next card show.
They've removed restrictions on tutors, right? Because what's a tutor? Like if I turn 1 on Urza Saga and turn 3 I use Urza Saga to go get a Soul Ring, is that the same as using a demonic tutor to go get a consult when I have a Thassa's in hand? Those are vastly different uses of a tutor, right?
Yeah. And I mean, it also depends, right? Because if I told you it's like, hey, I'm a Farsi, then I'm going to cultivate, then I'm going to, crop rotation, then I'm going to do this. Like, at first, your head's going to click and be like, well, that's just RAM. It's just like, okay, I'm playing a Landsfall deck.
Yeah.
Completely different thing now.
Or I guess it's not legal in Commander, but like Primetime in Modern, right? Like lands or win cards.
Yeah.
Scape Shift. Scape Shift's a whole different card when your land's built around decks, or when your deck's built around lands.
Yeah.
My main man scape shift.
So they're just removing the tutor restrictions from Commander brackets entirely.
Yep.
And just sticking with game changers and making the most efficient tutors and the most dangerous tutors game changers.
Yeah.
Even between cards, right? Expedition map versus demonic tutor. Both tutors. Very, very different levels of ability to do shit.
One's a lot stinkier. One's a way
Yeah,
stinkier.
it's the expedition map.
Yeah, totally. At best or at worst, tutors smooth your deck out.
Yeah.
Right? They eliminate some of the randomness.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
There's a reason people play fetch lands instead of just
Yeah.
I'm in Izzet, I just play islands and mountains. Well, no, I'm going to put fetch lands in. I can color correct. I can smooth out my curve. And right.
Thin out the deck.
And then there's tutors that well, if I have half a win con in hand and I tutor for the other half, we're done.
Dang.
Yeah.
Game changers list philosophy. So this is where I have opinions. Because I feel the same way about game changers I do about tutors, right? They're because demonic tutor is still on the game changer. Demonic tutor is still on the game changers list, right? It's not a problem because it's a tutor. It's a problem because it's on the game changers. But what is the game? What are game changers, right?
I actually am very excited to answer this one because I've known what game changers are from day one, and it's a simple analogy: objectively better cards.
But
What's the difference between Counterspell and Mana Drain? About $45.
Yep.
$45 because Mana Drain is just objectively better. In any deck that
Sure.
you could run 1 or 4 counterspells, why would you not run 1 to 4 Mana Drains? You wouldn't. You would always and forever run Mana Drain. So game changers to me are just the apex of objectively better cards.
But it's usage in the cards that surround it too.
Yeah.
And that's my beef with the game changers list is they're singling out a card. And they're absolutely, are there cards that belong there? Sure. Coalition Victory, this is a game changer, right? Conch Sphinx, yeah. Yes. People are like, oh, it dies to removal. Fuck off.
So does everything else.
Yeah. If I can stick a card that in a turn around the board lets me draw 18 cards, there's a problem here. But I think, and they're getting there, right? They took a lot of stuff off the Game Changers list. A lot of the high mana value stuff they took off. Because if you're spending 9 mana on something, it probably should win you the goddamn game.
Correct.
Point blank.
Yep.
Legends that are just powerful commanders. Okay? This was always... I'm a Golos fanboy.
Me too.
I fucking love Golos.
I love Golos.
Actually,
I miss Golos.
I do.
And here's the
Unbench
problem.
the Pilgrim.
Yeah, Golos in the command zone. Yeah, wee bit broken. Wee bit broken. Golos in the 99, my deck probably sucks. Because I should have Golos in the command zone and I don't.
That's one of the things that I get so irritated about Lutri. It's
Yeah.
like, as a companion, oh yeah, every deck would run it.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
but why can't I throw Lutri in the 99, damn it? It's not
Exactly.
my companion.
It's like-
I don't have on-demand access to it.
It's like, dude,
Yeah.
do you have any idea how many better copy spells exist in Izzet that make Lutri look like a cup of baby carrots?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah. So in their post, they talk about game changers are cards that easily and dramatically warp commander games and turn the tide, allowing players to run away with resources, shift games in ways that many players find unpleasant, block people from playing, efficiently search for any of their strongest cards with 0 downside, or have commanders that are highly unfun in casual games. 2 things they want to get away from are the high mana value and the legends. They removed a bunch of stuff. They removed expropriate.
Yeah, good. No, legitimately. The fact that Expropriate was on there kind of blows my mind.
Again, you're spending 9 mana on something. Yeah.
3
Yeah, the
permanents
game's
in a
gone
turn,
on long
baby.
enough. Commit to the bit, bro.
Yeah.
Jin Gitaxis, the core augur. Beginning your end step,
yeah.
draw 7 cards. Each opponent's maximum hand size is reduced by 7. Does that suck to see on the board? 100%.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
If somebody spent 8 and 2 blue on it, I don't know, man. It's definitely one of those cards when it hits. If I don't have interaction, I'm gonna take 1 or 2 card draws, and then I'm probably gonna go do something more productive with my life. But if they spent 10 mana on it, man, you earned it.
Correct. That's it's predictable at that mana value. Yeah.
Yeah. Vorinclex, Voice of Hunger. Right. These are all cards that are easy to deal with. Only come down nobody is putting out Jin Gitaxis on turn 3. Not a real thing.
No.
There are so many better things to do with 10 damn mana on turn 3.
Oh yeah.
Right? Legends that are strongest in the command zone. Kinnan. Yeah, Kinnan in the command zone, terrifying. Right? That's the start of a CEDH. I won't say it's a CEDH deck because I've watched people build Kinnan horribly. But I've also watched people build Kinnan good and go ham, right? Mono Blue Urza
Oh, yep.
guy. Mono Blue Urza, if you are playing Mono Blue Urza in the command zone and you're not sitting down at the table as a power level 4 or a CEDH deck,
You've done it
You're
wrong.
at the wrong table.
That's Urza has always been my favorite example of that because when I first started playing Magic, I talked to my friends about playing Urza, and I'm like, I want to make it fair though. It's like, then you're doing it wrong. That's not how that commander works.
if Urza's in the 99, I don't know what you've built. It's probably not great. But I'm not super worried about it. I don't need you to sit down and go, yeah, well, I have Urza in the 99, so it's a bracket 4. It's actually probably not. It's probably a bad deck, because he
Correct.
should be in the command
You
zone.
either build around him or it's just not the same
Yuriko and Winota.
approach.
Right? If I sit down to play against a Winota deck, there should be no doubt in my mind that I'm playing in bracket 4. Or I'm playing against somebody that has no idea what they're doing. Same thing with Yuriko,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yuriko's a fantastic example.
So all of that's off the game changers list, and I'm happy with that, right? I think that
Definitely.
is the correct answer. They also pulled deflecting SWAT and food chain off. I mean, food chain, like if they cast food chain and then they cast a squee, you know where this is going. If they told you it's a bracket 2, they lied. But food chain can also see play with like cool thematic stuff, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you're playing a Tigers deck and your Tigers are eating their young. I don't know. Whatever. It's not in and of itself. It's not a game changer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you think about like food chain in a Plaza deck
Yeah.
with no chance of having like squee in it.
Yep.
It actually makes a lot of sense. You're telling me I got a big dinosaur that lost its effect because it was just an ETB? Cool, sack it, give me Galta.
Yep. Yep. And is it a powerful card? Sure. But it's not. You're not winning the game with it. The thing I struggle with when they talk about game changers is shift games in ways that many players find unpleasant.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I find Farewell unpleasant.
Yeah.
I find it shifts
People
games.
find Counterspell unpleasant. If I had $1 for every blue salty tier that paid for the 2 blue mana and Counterspell, oh my god, I'd have enough to lock games out for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god. Blue will forever and always be the boogeyman.
That to me isn't a card problem. That goes back to a pilot problem.
Hey.
Right. If I'm farewelling because once the board's clear, I have enough mana left and cards in hand to win the game, rockin'.
Correct.
Go for it. If you're farewelling because everybody else has 6 creatures and you have 0, that's not a problem with the card. That's a problem with the person.
Correct.
I mean, cast Farewell to get rid of their pillow fort and just hit the enchantments or whatever that are pillow forting, and then swing.
Sure.
Great play.
Yep.
Cast Farewell to nuke the board of all
Cast farewell,
things.
all modes.
Armageddon has got to be the absolute like pinnacle of decider of that, of like, you either play Armageddon as a genius and you're winning, or you play it as an absolute ass and you are doing nothing but wasting everybody's time.
I mean, look, if you're playing Armageddon in a game where you have a bunch of mana rocks that live and now you're the only one at the table with mana and you have stuff in your hand to move the game forward. Cool.
Correct.
Or
It's like,
Armageddon
hey,
with Cosmic Intervention.
exactly. It's
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna play Armageddon on the stack to fairies. That makes sense. But if
Yeah.
you're just like,
I played a Avacyn deck with Armageddon.
yeah, no, that's where you play it.
I played an Avacyn deck with Nev's Disc.
Yeah, that's
Because
where you
Nev's
play it.
Disc doesn't go away. It
No,
doesn't
it does
destroy
not.
itself. I get to do it again next turn.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, you're locked out now. Like, if you don't respond to this, you lose. Go to
And I
game
have a
2.
giant flying angel. That's my commander.
Correct.
Off
Poke,
camera, Nick is excited about Earthbending and Armageddon in the same deck.
You would.
I will.
That's why I don't play commander with you assholes. That's why I only play with Raph. At least I know he's going to play.
The indestructible
Fair
artifact
and
lands have
balanced
now
magic.
just shot up in price. Guys,
What?
Oh,
Darksteel Forge or Darksteel
Y'all
Citadel?
play fair and balanced magic. Okay.
Yeah, Steve, what deck do you play again?
huh?
What deck do you play again?
Vivi? Oh, just trail my lands, bro. I got mana rocks.
I remember you
I have a
playing.
Vivi button.
I remember you playing your Child of Alara deck too.
I mean, a World
Yeah,
Slayer.
that's gross.
World Slayer's going in the deck too, only. Anyway.
Anyhow, so what state? Conch Sphinx, yes.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody has an argument that Conch Sphinx is played casually.
No.
No.
It's a lot like Urza. Like there is no feasible way to play this casually.
Coalition Victory, which
I feel like
No,
they
no,
unbanned it
Oh.
in April-ish.
Yeah.
I feel like that falls under the high mana value category. At the end of the day, you're paying 8 mana for
Yeah.
a sorcery. You better win off that card.
Well, I mean, it itself actually says this card wins the game.
That's my point.
Yeah, I think any card that says you win the game, probably just on those words alone belongs in Game Changers, right? If I
Felidar
cast this, I
Sovereign?
win the game.
There's
Yeah.
the argument.
Okay.
So many good
I don't think that should be the case because there's a lot of things that don't.
Immediate
really work
win when you play the card, sure. I'll give
Right,
you that.
right.
If it's a delayed thing where people have time to deal with it,
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
that's the distinction.
Well,
Okay.
by that same vein of logic, what about cards that just say you lose the game, like Door to Nothingness, 10, you're out.
But you're not winning the game, you're just deleting a player.
Correct.
Well, it's also like you have to think about setup, right? So I think that's one of like the biggest things between like the difference between someone who thinks a little way too casually versus like where they're actually at in the game. Because how many times have you been hit by a door to nothingness?
I don't think I ever have
Exactly.
been door.
I don't know
That
the
is
card.
my point. That is my point
know
there.
door?
It's like it's like
Pay two
people
of each
people talk
Woober,
about
Cabot,
like
Zach,
certain
kill
cards like
player.
if it's the end all be all of what happens every single time they play. But I mean, how many times have you actually been hit by a counterspell? Has it been every single time that you played?
No, I'm
No,
usually sitting
but
on
you
them
hate
myself.
the color very much. So that's the thing is when you talk about things like game changers in general, like people are so afraid of like these things, and then they end up on a games changers list. But realistically, you don't actually deal with cards that often. Like people talk about like, oh well, demonic consultation, Thoracle. It's just like, okay, first off, there's 3 things wrong there. You sat at the wrong table, and the person across from you lied.
Yo.
If that's how you lost the game.
Yes.
Second off, if one is played without the other, you shouldn't be crying about it.
Yeah.
If I see Thassa's in a Merfolk deck and they pull a Thassa's win off of it, I am getting up, reaching my hand across and going,
Yeah, you
that
worked
was
for that."
amazing, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that is amazing, the fact that you were able to do that. If I see Demonic Consultation go in a deck where someone's going to do something like, you know, hey, I got to thin out my deck because I crack a Doomsday Pile, but it's all just mono black, I'm going to do the same exact thing because that, first off, is hard to do.
Yes.
If you
Oh
can
my
win
God.
after just doing all of that to yourself, dude, amazing. But it's also like how many times it happens. Like when people talk about like how we even ended up here, it's kind of weird, right? Because they said that when all of this was built, they were not listening to the vocal minority, right? We're not listening to CDH players. We're not listening to this. We're not doing that. we're
But some
making
of this is vocal minority.
yeah, a lot of it is vocal minority.
No,
a
a
lot
good
of
portion.
like if you think about
I think the best example you give is Thoracle.
Yeah,
Right?
without a
Thoracle
doubt.
being a game changer. Thoracle's a garbage card without consultation.
Yeah.
And that's the problem is that like we're talking about people are like, oh well, if you go online, that's all you see. Yes, but the Magic community online is a single % of the actual Magic community.
Yes.
That is the vocal minority. That is the biggest problem that we have because if I were to sit in the store on a Sunday and interview every single person, half of them have never heard of Thassa's. Half of them don't know what the card does. Half of them had probably owned one and still didn't know that it was a card that actually did something. You know, and that's the weird thing about like Magic in general. And when people talk about like EDH versus CDH versus casual versus this and that, it's just like, dude, you can play the entirety of EDH and CDH casually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do it casually. We do it every Sunday.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird when people start talking about game changers lists in general because it's like, yeah, some things belong on there so that they are aware that certain cards have synergies with other ones. And that's, again, back to Real Zero. The game changers list is not to say you shouldn't build that and that shouldn't be in your deck because that is considered CDH because that is a game changer. And that is not what they meant. That is not what is going on here. They said, hey, that is in a list called game changers because depending on what other cards exist in the deck and the type of player you're playing against, that is a card that will actually change the game in a negative way if you are a bracket 2 player sitting with bracket 4 or 5, right? Or it actually might just be really fun to see something like that happen if you live in bracket 4. So again, like you said earlier, objectively
Things
are worse, right? Or things are better. But again, objectively is the biggest way of saying in my opinion. And that is 100% okay. Because yes, you have an opinion about that and now I understand where you are as a player. But I feel like there are some things that we need to inform other players of and how things work.
Oh yeah.
If I sit at a pod and the person next to me overreacts because they see that, like a Thassa's, I'm just like, dude, he's playing a Merfolk deck. Why would he not have a Thassa's?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Thassa's a
that's
Merfolk.
flavor. Like I don't care how long I've been playing with you, you know, player
Right.
A. When player B sits down and plays Thassa, and all he has is Simic, I'm gonna be like, dude, what are you gonna do with that? I want to see that.
I'm excited.
I
Like,
want to see
yeah.
that. Like I want to see what's going on here because that, to me, is the spirit of like the game, right? Like you shouldn't see a card and be like, I didn't know that's what we were playing. Like, no. You should see a card, read the situation socially, and be like, well, we agreed that we're not playing this. So if someone's playing this with the intent of not playing this style,
Right.
what are they going to do? That's interesting. I want to see it.
Or they're full of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that would also teach you,
But that's not the card.
yeah,
That's the
that's
player.
the person. And that'll also teach you the biggest thing that people don't understand about any social situation is that you are not forced to sit at the chair, at the table,
Yeah.
and play with that same person.
Correct.
You could be like, hey, we had a rule zero discussion. What you did is not within the bounds that we agreed of in rule zero.
Yeah.
One thing, we will ask you to leave, or we will leave as a pod.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's that simple.
Oh,
yeah, people will consider that confrontational, but it's not. It's respectable to say,
Yeah.
hey, we feel like you lied to us.
The core of the problem is that conversation is socially awkward, and as a rule, take flack for this or I don't. Magic players aren't the most socially skilled humans.
What?
Steve.
And
Right.
that is 100% true.
That
It is
that is the
110%
bigger.
true.
I think a lot of this, and I've always said it in the store, right? If you're not having fun at a pod, well, bro, stop playing at that pod. A couple people come to me, man, this guy played and he played a mean card. Okay. I mean, do you feel like he lied to you? No, okay, well, don't play with him anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Johnny pushed me too hard on the swing set. Okay, well, go sit on another goddamn swing. I don't know what to tell you, boss.
Yeah.
Like, there's some agency that people refuse to take sometimes.
Oh yeah.
And we don't necessarily live in a world. And I have watched other stores in some of the like the shop owner Facebook groups and stuff I belong to try to solve this. I read through a document written by a store the other day that was 62 pages. That was the shop rules on Commander.
I remember this. I remember you talking about this. And
Bro, what?
Yeah.
I guess I get why they charge for table space, because they got to pay somebody to like playground monitor and
Yeah.
enforce the rules. And are you shitting me? It's open Commander Day. Come in and play. You didn't have a fun, enjoyable game at that table? Okay.
If only there were
Find a different
49
one.
other people here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got 48 chairs, man. You can pick a different one.
And I think, like, to kind of touch on that, I think it's important for people to take things with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna have bad play
We
experiences.
also live in a society where that's not the norm.
It's not as
People like to get mad.
correct, but
And to what Raph was talking about people on the internet, that is such a small portion. You know, we had an incident as a store recently where we got cooked on Reddit.
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
Just cooked on Reddit, right? Because we're greedy and we're scalpers and we're today. I mean, you know, the run, and I looked at that and I went, okay, Reddit's mad at me. My community knows better. The reason Reddit's mad at me is because I make choices that are unpopular with people who aren't part of our community in order to benefit our community, right? We don't ship pre-orders because I want the people who play in my store to be able to get the pre-orders.
Yeah.
I don't want the person with the most bots to be able to get the pre-orders. Shout out, secretlayer.com. Fuck you. Anyhow, the loud people on the internet are a tiny percentage. You know, for everybody that's ever yelled at me on the internet, I have 20 people that have come into this store and had a good time and felt safe and felt comfortable and enjoyed playing the game.
Yeah.
And I feel that a lot of it is the same way with people who refuse to interface with other humans to the point where they didn't have fun in a game. You know, if I hate to call it a sport, but if you look at golf, okay, if you go out and you're finding a foursome and you're out golfing, you're going to have a conversation with that foursome about how you play golf.
Yeah.
Right? If you come and you sit down at a commander pod and you want to play in an environment where everything's scripted and everybody's playing the same thing, man, that's boring as shit. Have that conversation. You know, you don't go out to a golf course and they're like, hey, you have to be between a 4 and a 6 handicap to play on this golf course. What? That's stupid. And so stores that do this are catering to that vocal minority or a part of that vocal minority. You know, maybe
smaller part of the vocal minority.
Yeah. You know, and I get it. Maybe it's a shop owner who got his ass handed to him by somebody who lied about what, you know, oh, it's a 7. Oh, I infinited on 2. Oops. It feels bad. It's not enjoyable.
Never does this, I swear.
Yeah, it's not enjoyable, but you can't take that small limited experience and try to apply that to the whole.
Correct.
Speaking of small limited experiences, game memory.
Oh man.
As
I think game memory is the reason why we even have these conversations now.
Yeah.
Because a lot of it comes from game memory. It happened one time, and a lot of people don't even realize how long ago that was.
Correct.
Yep.
And then they're still crying about it.
Yeah.
A year, 2, 3 years later.
That's exactly what I mean by take things with a grain of salt. Is Magic players, even myself included, have to remember that you are going to have a bad game or two in your life.
Of course.
It's either going to be uncomfortable, frustrating, the expectation's not there, the rule 0 was not what it should have been, yada yada.
But that's like anything else in life.
Exactly.
Sometimes you're going to go out to a restaurant, you're going to order food, and you're going to go, I didn't like that. I'm not going to order that again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like that's what I want people to take away from this the most is like if you're having a bad experience, it doesn't mean that Thoracle is always demonic oracle is always going to be a thing in every game. So you need to duck your head in the sand and run away from it. It's like,
Put it on the bad cards list. Put it on the bad cards list.
it doesn't do anything for anyone.
Yeah, but also on the flip side, not just getting up and walking away from a table you're not having fun at. Use it to learn and grow as a Magic player. I played against a Demonic Consultation Thoracle combo with my Golems deck.
Yeah.
Right? Hi, Kyle. I had no way to handle that.
Right.
I found a card that fit within my theme that stops Thoracle if I get the right cards.
Sure.
It's a terrible card. It's Limestone Golem.
Yeah.
Makes the target player draw a card.
But it says Golem on it.
It's a Golem, and it makes a player draw a card, and I can do that at instant speed. Had I had it in my deck, I would have won.
Yeah.
And that is initially like the point of me even saying anything, is that I think instead of going and being a keyboard warrior, we should have conversations.
Yeah.
Or and if you're not the type of person, not everyone is sociable, I understand that. I don't want to be insensitive to people who don't know how to actually speak up for themselves, because it is hard. But
It definitely can be.
I think it's one of those things where it's just like, okay, if you know who you are as a person and you didn't like that, you have two options. You can learn from it, or you can finally step out of the comfort zone the same way you did and came to play and say, hey, I didn't like that. Could we do something different?
Yeah.
It doesn't always have to be confrontational.
And it's tough, right? I don't mean to sound like, well, you had a bad time, suck it up, Buttercup, because there are genuinely scenarios where somebody had a bad time because somebody else was being a jerk, and that needs to be addressed. And there's pieces to it.
Yeah.
I strongly disagree that the concept of going through and creating a whole new rule set for a game that already has a rule set.
Yeah.
That's the wrong answer. Like you said, there are definitely everybody has a different comfort zone, right? But the most comfortable thing to do is to just put your cards in your box.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you're not comfortable having a conversation. Maybe that person had ill intent, so isn't going to have a frank, honest, real conversation with you. Shove the chair back. Go play somewhere else, man.
And that's literally, I think at some point it's like, like I was trying to say, it's not everything has to be confrontational.
Yeah.
No.
You don't have to be the toughest, smartest person in the room. Sometimes the best decision to make that guy who is an asshole feel like an asshole is to be like, all right, man, hope you guys have a good game, and then leave.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, they're going to be like, damn, now we have a 3-pod. This is awkward. Other people around him just probably saw that, and they're going to be like, well, I'm gonna sit here. You know, and things like that will fix themselves, or you can always go. I mean, Steve is a responsible shop owner.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone to Steve with certain situations that it went beyond the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, okay, we're not playing the game anymore. I spoke up about it. It didn't get received well. And I go, hey, Steve, you're going to hear about this. You're going to know about this. I want to tell you what actually happened.
Yeah.
And with things like that, like I said, not everyone's going to be able to do it. But, you know, a responsible shop owner will take that into consideration. And then they're still going to come up with the same answer. Obviously, even if Steve were to go and talk to that person, you're not going to go and sit back down. We're not in preschool. It's not a don't do that, say sorry. It's
Right.
one of those situations where you're just like, why would you put yourself back in comfortable situation? But that's, you know, again, getting outside of the game, because this is more for like a social thing. Any part of, I mean, I see it happen in standard. Some guys having a lot more fun across the table while the other guy's taking it like it's life or death. And I've seen it, and I get it. You know, sometimes there's like two sides to that story. But I think Commander is very much a space where people will talk about certain situations that happen, and they'll talk about certain situations that didn't happen to them. And that's the more frustrating one to me as a bracket 4 or CDH player. I've heard so many people say that a card's a CDH card when it's not. I've heard so many people say, oh, that's a game changer because it reacts like this. It's just like, you can't do that. Like, it doesn't work the way you think that it does. I've seen people look across the board and say, oh, that's an infinite. It's just like, okay, I've literally put my cards down and said, I'm sorry, explain to me the infinite, because I've built this deck to be optimized. So I want to see what you're seeing to see that if I can actually get that done.
Right.
You know? And I think what happens is that they'll bring up that, oh, well, this happened once to me, and oh, this and that. And they're just like, well, one, that person either cheated, or two, that actually didn't happen to you, and you're internalizing
or
someone else.
context matters.
Yeah.
What else was
yeah.
going on? You have 4 playmats and 400 cards. Right. What else was happening?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, there's other things that take into place, and I think Commander's like in this really weird spot where basically WotC mom and dad had to say, all right, kids, like, we're getting a little ranked bunches, let's bring it in and try to be civil about this. But I think in general, Commander has a really big vocal minority that other people need to understand that that's exactly what they are. They are a minority of people.
Yeah.
That you can still come into a store and have fun. Don't listen to the Reddit threads. Don't listen to the guy on TikTok who is literally only baiting to get the views. Because believe me, I can tell you 100% from meeting a lot of these people, they don't give a shit about people. The content that the guy who says, oh, I went to a store and got punched at, am I the asshole, this and that? Pretty much that guy just told you an anecdote about what he did the night before. But he knows that he'll get a reaction to it if he talks about it in the third person.
Oh yeah.
And that happens so many times. But people also need to understand that personal experience are personal experience.
Most definitely.
I can tell you from starting... So I started playing Magic in Commander, and I started literally at a Midnight Hunt pre-release. You know? Somebody told me, just like, oh, what's going on today? It's just like, oh yeah, they're doing Magic draft over there. It's like, what the hell is that? So I sat down. I had the most fun of it. Right? Then somebody told me about Commander. I was like, I walked out of that store with a Willhead deck. I kid you not, the next day somebody told me, oh dude, Commander's it's not even a real format, this and that. If I would have listened to that person, to them saying it's not a real format, the people are dumb, this is and that, I would not be sitting here to tell you that it's not.
And you'd have missed out on a lot of fun, man.
A lot of fun. A lot of opportunity too. Like,
to me, I think that's a big takeaway too, is, and this is not necessarily a Magic thing, this is a life thing. If you're in some sort of social situation doing an activity that you find enjoyable, and you're allowing someone else to make it unenjoyable for you, maybe you should fix that.
It's one of the things I was thinking about is like, I see it a lot in Magic players, but no, I was thinking about what you said as well of like, this is just kind of life in general. I've seen Magic players are so good at creating their own boogeymen that it's not even funny. They see Orc Bow hit the field and they're just shut down.
Yep.
Doesn't matter. It's like, that card gave me a bad experience once, so...
I see it at Standard. I won't say regularly, but more often than not, you know. Oh, yeah, there's a River Pyre Verge. He's playing VV. Well, this game's done. I'll play it out. Yeah. Maybe he's bad. Maybe he's not playing VV. Maybe you draw better cards. Like, there's so many.
Oh yeah.
You know, people jump to snap conclusions.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more than happy to play my shitty ass Standard deck into a VV deck.
Yeah.
I'll lose 9 times out of 10, but that one.
That's also accountability, though, which is something that Magic players also lack.
Oh yeah.
It's accountability is one of like the biggest things. It's just like, did that person beat you because they're playing an extremely powerful deck? Maybe. But did they also beat you because you showed up with shenanigans to a tournament? Most likely.
Or did you beat yourself
RCQ?
Because you psyched yourself out before you even got rolling?
Yeah, like that happens so many times. I mean,
oh yeah.
I don't play, mind you, I don't play Standard. I don't play Modern, but I can tell you, I can understand the game more because they come up to me and go, "I'm dropping because this and this and this and this happened."
Okay.
And I'm just like, from what I saw, you gave up before you even started.
Yeah. You'll never catch me dropping from an event.
Yeah, not that this and this happened. It's just.
And there are valid times. Like there are times where, you know, we'll be even at Standard and I'm having a rough night and somebody drops. I'm like, okay, cool, I'll make it even.
Right.
You know, if you're not having fun, don't play the game.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of psyching yourself out, and I think, you know, moving back to the game changers, I think that's a large piece of it. I think there are a lot of boogeymen on that game changers list. You look at getting into bracket 4 and bracket 5, and solely based on the game changers in your deck, and that's where I struggle with it, because, you know, if I play a Rhystic Study and a Thassa's, cool, that's 2 game changers, or that's 2 game changers. That puts me solidly in bracket 3. But if I'm playing that in a LOL Merfolk deck with Lord of Atlantis as my commander,
well,
we're probably playing in bracket 1, y'all.
Yeah, and like context, themes, like there's so many aspects to it that, again, I just feel like running to an immediate like thought is dangerous for the game, first off, because that could completely psych out a new player. Like, you can introduce Magic to a new player and tell them to watch out for something like Rhystic, Kinnan, watch out for things like that, and they will never go and try those cards.
Right.
They'll see somebody sitting down and be like, I can't play against that. I don't know what to do against that.
Right, but if you've never done it, how do you know you can't play against it?
Exactly. And it's one of those things where it's just like, yeah, dude, like, experience it. Like, and don't ruin it for somebody else either. Like, I think that's the biggest takeaway from this, is that I hate that people talk about it in an intent to keep other people from ever having that experience.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, sure, that's fine. I understand what you're getting to. But, you know, because it happened to you doesn't mean it'll happen to them.
Correct.
And because it happened to you and you reacted this way doesn't mean they'll react this way.
Yeah.
You know, people get on roller coasters, they have fun. People get on roller coasters, they will never get on a roller coaster again because it was the worst experience in their life. Yeah. There's two different ways.
But if you've never gotten on a roller coaster, how do you know which
never
one you're
know.
have?
Yeah.
You would never know that you hated them.
And that's where, like, that, to kind of go back to those self-made boogeymen, really, really rear their ugly head. And that's probably, like, one of the most frustrating parts I see, is they'll be like, well, obviously I can't play this, you can't play this. You start making your own boogeymen reserve lists, and when they're not adhered to, you salt out, and it breaks down the whole chain of communication.
Now, that said, I think there are definitely pieces where someone has had an experience and just doesn't want to again. I generally, if I sit down at a table and somebody sits down and puts out Grand Arbiter, man, I gotta have a real intense conversation with myself of, am I up for this today?
How much time do I got?
Yeah, and not necessarily because it's powerful. I know
tedious.
this probably isn't going to be a short game.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
You know.
And that's actually perfect. Threat assessment. That has got to be one of the most haywire, bass-ackward, spur-of-the-moment, like, emotion-driven crock of shit I have ever seen in my entire life. So in my personal pods, we have instituted a rule of you can one game grudge. You can hold a grudge against
Well,
somebody
this
for
Raph
one
was saying
game.
game memory, right?
Yeah.
I have taken decks apart because I've had really good games, and all of a sudden 20 people are like, I'm not playing that deck.
Yeah. See, but that's where it gets interesting, right? Because
Slippers.
see, when I started playing, I had instilled in my head that blue was a dangerous color, and I did not play blue for the first year that I started playing.
You missed out, man. Blue's fun.
Yeah, no, exactly.
like
That's
blue.
what happened. But then I started realizing that like, blue had something that my decks didn't have, and that was like, oh, more draw power, or ways to stop other things from happening. And the way that I got into blue was through CDH. Like, I didn't touch blue until I built Tim McCrom. That was my first CDH deck. But like, the funny part about it is that just knowing what blue could do, I started incorporating it into my casual decks. Not counter spells, not things like that. But it was one of those things where I'm just like, like you said, like boogeymans, right? And I got over it because I'm like, actually, blue is really fun. Like, blue is actually really fun. Like, whether it was like, oh, I can bounce stuff, like, that's pretty cool.
Card draw. Profit.
Yeah, like, being able to do, like, different things like that was just amazing. So, you know, when we start to get, like, past that, I think it's when we start to actually be able to enjoy the game more. And it's hilarious because now, like Steve says, he sees Grand Arbor and he's like, oh, do I really want to do that? For me, I would be like, I want to play against it because I want to see if I can be faster than it to the point where it's not really going to affect my gameplay.
Yeah.
Because
And
it's a
it'll
challenge.
it'll depend on what I'm doing when I'm sitting down. Right?
Yeah, it's
You know,
Context.
if I know I've got some time to play a game, yeah, we'll dive in. But I'm definitely asking myself, do I have something to do in 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Because it's a coin flip whether this game,
Yeah.
no matter what I'm doing, no matter how good I play, am I going to be able to wrap this in 20 minutes? Do I want to take that chance?
Yeah. No, and that's 100%
Yeah,
like
it's not,
yeah.
not necessarily
Yeah.
it's not necessarily a salt thing. It's a I have to look at the logistics of this before I commit to play in this mess.
And that's like, again, the spectrum of like players that there are, right? Like, he's got responsibilities at certain things too. But I know a lot of players that will see something like that and be like, I would never play against that.
Right.
And I'm just like, yeah, that used to be me. But now I'm just like, let me see if you know what it feels like? It's like when you're playing a video game, right? And you've gone through like the game once or twice, and now you get to that same boss again, and you're like, let me see if I can beat him without getting hit.
Yeah.
You went from like, damn, I'm barely gonna be able to, I'm gonna heal 20 times and then finally kill this guy and then get past it, to now you're just doing it for fun.
Anybody else hear the Kingdom Hearts Sephiroth theme start to play?
Exactly.
Oh,
But you know, it's there's a lot of interesting things about that. It's just like, if you live your entire we'll call it commander career or magic career, always like being afraid of something, you'll never be able to come back to just conquer it or just to like actually have what it was intended for, and it's fun.
So let me pose a question to the table.
I like questions.
So
I like tables.
from moving from like, would you say that one of the biggest hurdles for moving from a bracket 3 to a bracket 4 and advancing as a player is overcoming that fear sounds really strong, but like that
The aversion.
Preconceived
the aversion.
notions.
There you go. Yeah, preconceived aversion. Yes, all of it. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is 100%.
I don't even think that has anything to do with brackets. I think that is just advancing as a Magic player in a person.
Yeah.
Right? And that's, for better or for worse, I enjoy Commander. I tend to try to get new players involved in 60-card formats alongside Commander. Not instead of Commander, but alongside of Commander, because and my problem isn't with Commander. My problem is with how people treat Commander.
Yeah.
They come in and they're expecting this casual experience, and then somebody tries to play the game to win, and they're like, well, that guy was mean. Well, no. that guy was taking a shot at winning the game because at the end of the day you're playing a game, right? You know, if you're playing Monopoly and you land on a thing and you got to pay somebody a whole bunch of rent, are you mad at that dude? Because like you're playing the game.
Yeah.
You know.
That's the thing, is that these card games are board games, and these board games, I know very, very little board games that don't end on you winning.
Right.
Correct.
Like, that is literally the point. You play Uno, the point is to win.
Yep.
You play poker, the point is to win. You play Mancolor, the point is to win. You play Connect 4, the point is to win.
And you can absolutely sit down with the table and go, hey, I'm playing a cool cats deck, and I just want to play a game where I get to play with cats, and where I get 10 or 12 turns to do cat things. Perfectly valid. But to go, well, this guy was mean because he beat me. Man.
Yeah.
Where are we at? You know, how old are we? What are we doing
Correct.
here?
It's funny because I can genuinely trace my personal growth as a Magic player to my opinion on a singular card. The person that taught me how to play Magic we played a 60 card modern-ish deck against each other. He had Dovescape in the deck. I had no creature-based removal for Dovescape.
Yep.
I hated that card. I hated when he played that deck. I genuinely did not enjoy it.
You had an unfun time.
Then I discovered that there are creatures that remove enchantments and artifacts,
But there are, and that's
especially in green.
right, and that's a matter of growth as a player, right?
And now I have Dovescape in one of my decks.
Yeah. That's like the beauty of it, and that's what I wish people would give themselves a chance to do, is to grow out of that fear and even realize that, hey, maybe they played it because it was a good card and not because they were being a dick.
Yeah, and I never thought he was being a dick for playing it. I just, I didn't understand
stuck.
how to deal with it because this was my first month playing the card game,
Sure.
and I don't know what a Reclamation Sage is yet.
Sure.
For context, it's in my Oops No Creatures deck, which is hilarious.
Yeah. But it's having the not only the maturity but the environment that makes it comfortable to be able to have those experiences and be able to learn those things is an important part as well. And I think when you look at, Shop X bans this card in their shop, I went to a shop. I literally had a guy sit down at the table and tell me, hey man, I was gonna come in and play some Commander. I have a Rhystic study. Is that okay? Yeah, homie. Like that's a card in Magic the Gathering, and you're playing that. Well, I went into a shop and they told me I couldn't play there because I had a Rhystic study in my deck. And I'm like, not only, and I understand the intent as a shop, right? I understand the intent of wanting everybody to have a fun time, but you're taking a core piece of the game off the table, literally, quite literally. And you're stopping everybody from having a good time. I think it's possible for everybody to have a good time by having that conversation about game expectations and stuff like that, right? I think if you take that ability away and you just impose that on people, you're genuinely removing enjoyment from the game.
Imagine the hypocrisy of that.
Yeah.
Right? Like, can you imagine being in that shop and then you cut out your left kidney for a collector box of Final Fantasy?
Sure.
And then you open one of those packs in the shop and you're like,
oh my god, stay with me.
Rhystic study, whoa! And then you just just sink into stupor.
And then a shop employee goes, yeah, that's a cool card, don't play it here.
There's not much different in my mind between saying you can't play a Rhystic study and saying you can't play blue decks in this shop.
Well, that's the thing, right? Is if we start talking about, again, going back to the reason why people say that we should ban certain cards and this and that to even have that conversation to begin with. It's like, because it's not about the person who gets to play there every single week. It's about the person who's on a trip and wants to play Magic somewhere they've never been.
Sure.
And it's just like, okay, so what if that person who is visiting that shop, and in this case he goes, has a Rhystic study in his deck, you're telling me that the shop never actually gave him a chance to play in the first place?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
that's insane to me.
That's
so
legitimately insane.
who really is like the villain here?
Correct.
Is it the card that everyone wants banned, or is it the people who are actively shooting down people who didn't know that was a rule set in their shop, and not even giving them a chance to play in the first
And
place?
again, going back to the vocal minority, the card that everyone wants banned. Well, no, the card that a bunch of loud motherfuckers on the internet want banned.
Yeah.
Correct.
And they talk about that in this post, right? Because they go into the game changers and they go into Commander Summit discussion topics.
Commander
Rhystic
Summit.
Study, very iconic commander card. Do you pay the one is baked into so many references around the format. It is one of the most snowbally card advantage engines in all of Commander. Many casual games where it's played let the Rhystic player run away with the game as people just cast spells into it. At higher bracket play, like CEDH, it can cause huge issues. Is Commander more fun with Rhystic Study in it? Is there a world where it moves from being a game changer to being banned? To be clear, our current thinking around this leans towards no, but if you have thoughts, we'd love to hear from you. And I think a lot of that sentiment comes from, like we talked about, the vocal minority. There's a lot of loud people out there that didn't pay the one,
Yeah.
and when 3 people at a table just sit and dump spells into a Rhystic Study and somebody pulls 14 cards in a turn rotation, that guy's probably winning the game.
Yeah. But then that's also like relative, right? So like, let's say you're playing again Pat Laws, right?
Sure.
So we're talking about like, oh, I'm about to spam creatures all throughout this board. I'm gonna have, 52 dinosaurs that can all do crazy stuff. And it's like, that is great.
Yep.
Yes, I might have drawn a bunch of cards. I'm sitting here for mana. If I'm not playing in a higher bracket setting, me having all those cards is not gonna destroy the gameplay. What's going to destroy your gameplay and keep you from winning the game and keep you from having fun and doing what your deck intended is actually going to be a propaganda. You have 52, you want to swing at me at death, and then you're going to pay how many mana to get past that? In a casual setting, that's not happening.
Right.
So there are cards there that exist that are actually way more impressive than a Rhystic Study. And it's all relative. Who is popping off like that in a casual setting where they gave me 20 cards in one? And if they were able to pop off like that, I'm pretty sure they could have paid the one. It was more just they didn't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, it's all relative there. And I think that's one of the things that, again, people don't understand. It's just
No,
like,
and they kind of refuse to at a
Yeah.
point, right? Like
Yeah.
that's like Ghostly Prison sucks. And it's like, it's a stacks piece. It's an unfun card. It should be banned. It's like, okay, so everybody gets to play Ragavan, and just beat your face constantly.
That's the thing. It's such a snowball effect, right? Because there, you can look at many powerful cards, and in the right situation, that can be unfun to play against. But it's also situational, and that's where I think it really comes down to, and I'm glad they're starting to focus on intent.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, intent is still like, it's what I want to name this episode.
Yeah.
Intent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is like, what's the goal of it here?
Yeah, because again, like, if you're playing a spammy, Squirrels deck,
Shit out token.
and I take out Authority of the Consuls, I'm going to end up at 300 life, and even if you make that many, I'm not going to care. They're all tapped. All I have to do is swing my 2 dumb big creatures at you. So, again, what really stopped you there? The Rhystic Study that sat in my deck that I never drew, or a 1 mana cost that nobody ever talks about banning?
Oh my god, yeah. No,
It's just like,
consoles will forever and always be my Achilles heel.
there are cards out there that because nobody talks about them, they're just like, inherently they're just never going to be an issue. All it took is that one person to open their mouth with their bad experience, and now there's a whole culture that believes that this card is bad. But if you do what I did when I told you about like Door to Nothingness, you brought up a point. It could do that. Has it happened to you?
No, that's fair. Scoot Swarm is a really big one that people like to harp on too. And that, how many times have you been scooted?
I haven't been scooted in like a year.
Correct.
A year. And then what did I learn from the first time being scooted? I can run a 1 mana removal.
Yeah, it's like
I
Doesn't it?
cast fire magic.
what happened in that game to let Scoot sit there? Did they protect it? Did you just were 3 players not able to kill it? Like what happened? No.
It's like, dude, it's a 2/2. I was like, I can lightning
It's a
bolt it.
1/1.
Oh, it's a 1/1.
homie.
Oh,
Just
even worse.
Fire
yeah.
magic.
1/1
And
bug.
nuke 'em
Literally,
all.
yeah, it just so there's so many different things out there that I'm just like,
Scoot Swarm.
again.
Talks real.
accountability. The reason why those cards popped off the way they did is most likely because you let it happen.
Speaking of letting things happen, like there's a few like little pinpricks that I've needed to make sure filter into this video. Commander players need to run more removal.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Yes, they do.
No.
Better
No,
run
I'll
one.
fight you on that.
Okay.
I'll fight you on that.
I'm ready.
When we were going through the brackets, what was one of the big things I said when we're talking about transition pieces from bracket 2 to bracket 3?
Interaction.
Yeah. Removal is interaction.
Yeah.
If you're playing in bracket 2, no, you don't have to run more interaction. If you want to start winning more games and start playing at a higher power level, you're correct. When you say commander players need to play more removal, commander players that want to play at a higher power level should probably start putting some removal in their decks.
Yeah.
Or in other cases, it's like a lesson learned, right? If you've been
Yeah.
playing Commander for a year and your biggest issue has always been a creature that could be removed easily,
Yeah.
then you should run removal.
Yeah.
Not because you're a Commander player and you should do that inherently. It's, again, that has been your biggest downfall. Why would you not put 50 cents into your deck
I don't know,
to make
it's-
that like...
I know it's contextual, and I'm mostly just being a bitch, but like I've just seen it far too many times.
And I agree. There are definitely scenarios where like
I've seen it
like you
too
said,
many
Scoot Swarm. Oh my God, Scoot Swarm's so bad. Well, there's I mean,
a braid.
how many spells are there that can get rid of a 1 mana creature in the format of Commander?
in everything ever.
I don't know.
Or just
I-
let them pop off and Rakdos charm them. It's fine.
Well, right, but
I have
that-
ETBs that will get rid of Scourge. I'm just
right.
like,
That's my point, right? Like these are problems. It's like Rhystic. Is Rhystic a problem? Well, yeah. If nobody pays the 1, Rhystic's a problem.
yeah.
I've watched that. I have sat at CEDH games and had a CEDH player look at me playing my VV deck and go, well, yeah, but I really want to do this turn, so I'm just going to cast it into his Rhystic study. All right, bro, but you're making that choice. The problem isn't that I have Rhystic out. The problem is that you decided that whatever card you're playing was important enough for you
let
to
me
play
have
it
one.
into my Rhystic and then pass the turn after doing that.
Yeah, and then I think bringing CDH into the conversation with Rhystic is really funny because it's like, if I'm jamming off, the chances of me carrying that you're drawing is
pretty minimal.
Very minimal.
Yeah.
Very minimal. There's a
No.
reason why. It's because you're gonna cast something and I'm gonna be like, cool, that on the stack present a win.
Yep.
And it's like, it's again, people talking about a format that they have no idea what's actually going on in the format,
Yep.
you know, and then relating it to something that it will probably never happen to them.
Yep. No.
It's
A
like-
lot
But
of
there's a difference though too between you going, yeah, bro, whatever, draw cards. Okay, cool. I drew a counterspell. I'm gonna counter your thing. Cool. Counterspell in the stack, right?
Yeah.
There's a difference between that and, well, I really want to put this mana rock out, so I'm just going to cast it into your Rhystic study and pass the turn.
Yeah.
Right? Two very different plays, two very different intents. Neither of those really have anything to do with Rhystic study being too powerful or too weak of a card. Those are play patterns and play choices that are made that somebody made.
Yeah.
For better or for worse.
So we want to talk about that last point I showed you?
Yeah. One of the other things, I just haven't scrolled that far down the page yet.
Okay.
The fourth and final piece of this post from Wizards is talking about everybody's favorite topic, hybrid mana. So hybrid mana cards are made to be playable by either color. That was the purpose when they designed, right? In draft, if you get a hybrid mana card, you can play it with either color mana. If it's a red-green card, you don't have to put forests in your deck to play that card. In Commander, you do.
Commander, you
Right?
100%
It's tied to
do.
color identity. So
Holly.
they're talking about allowing hybrid would give decks with fewer colors better tools and options to play. Allows for more playable options. From a design standpoint, the way we design hybrid cards, we'd need to be a card we'd print in another color. They must obey the rules of a white card and a green card independently. The proposal change being that, strictly for the purposes of deck building, you can treat a hybrid symbol as either of its two colors. So, Rise the Redeemed, who's green-white, could go into a white deck, a green deck, or be the commander for a green and white deck. Cards like Deathrite Shaman would remain ineligible for a mono black deck because in the text box there is a solid green pit. Thoughts?
I like the idea with a big asterisk on it.
Not a big ass.
I love the idea of having more cards available for each commander deck. That is my main thing here. My caveat is what they bring up in the next line after that paragraph. The 2-brid mana cost, where it's 2 colorless, or 2 generic, or the color. I think that should be at minimum one of the colors represented. I don't think it should be able to be put in a strictly colorless deck.
Fair.
Beseech the Queen being 2 and a black, 2 and a black, or 2 or a black, 2 or a black, 2 or a black.
A lot of the target
Should
cards.
always be treated as black minimum.
Okay. So my take on this is the same take I have on the Game Changers list and the ban list. I am going to sit down at a table with people and I'm going to have an open and honest conversation about what I want out of the game and what I'm trying to do. And if you do that, little details like that should actually be irrelevant.
Yeah.
It shouldn't matter. So I think it's a fine change.
Yeah.
Relevant, right? I think Beseech the Queen in a colorless deck is fine. I think if that's... So many of those hybrid mana cards are such oddball shit.
Oh, yeah.
And like the 2-brid, right? Sure, you could put that in a colorless deck, but now you got to pay 6 for it.
Yeah.
I think there's a trade-off there, and I think that trade-off's okay. And I think if you're sitting down and you're being a social human and you're having discussions with your pod about how everybody wants to play the game, I don't think it causes any issues. I think if somebody sits down and goes, yeah, man, I built this cool Eldrazi deck. There's no colorless pips in it. It's all colorless. And then you whip out a Beseech the Queen, I think you're being deceitful and shitty anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a card problem or a rules problem. I think that's a humans problem.
I think it's like adding a level of complexity that's not needed. Personally,
That's one of the
what I
first
think.
places my head went.
Because it's like yeah, because everything becomes a technicality, right? After that, like, I can play Metamorphose in VV because it has a red pip. It's like, yeah, you can, but it's like now for someone who doesn't really understand that, you have to like explain that to them.
Metamorphose.
And yeah, it is giving more resources to different decks, which is great, but it's also we're still talking about like where we're taking resources away from other decks. So it doesn't really make sense to make resources for a deck an argument as to why it should even be brought up when we have things like a ban list.
Right.
So it's again adding a level of complexity to a game that's meant to be.
And to be clear, my hot take is I don't think Commander should have a ban list.
Yeah.
I think.
But until that becomes like an
Right.
actual thing,
Correct.
I don't believe it needs another level of complexity for people to complain about. There's already too many things that people hate on this format for, and I just think
fair.
that's going to add another thing that's not really necessary.
That's fair.
But I mean, it's also like in context. Like people talk about Beseech the Queen not being in there. It's just like, have you read Beseech the Queen?
Yeah.
Do you realize you need devotion for that card to actually do anything? So that's like again an argument that became a boogeyman
it's
that people
number
don't really
lands.
Lands you control.
Yeah, but I mean like lands in a monocolored deck, like
yeah,
I mean-
like in a colorless deck, yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's what I say. Like the colorless deck that I play, I wouldn't put that in. Because I don't play a ton of lands, I play a shitload of mana rocks.
But like putting Beseech the Queen, if you treat it as a colorless thing for the purposes of deck building, you could put that in mono green. That's kind of weird.
Yeah. Okay.
That's my argument.
Okay.
Colorless was the
Yeah,
wrong
if you
way
treat
to
it
go.
as colorless, now it can go in any deck.
Well,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're getting back to the Golos problem, aren't we?
Yeah.
Why Golos got banned? Because
Yeah, because it was just the best commander for everything,
yeah,
regardless.
mono black decks had Golos as the commander. So
Yeah,
not only
yeah.
do I feel like we're getting back to that, but I agree wholeheartedly with the complexity. And I'm just gonna kind of like put my own personal spin on this. We're in too deep.
Yeah,
We're in way
that's
too deep.
That's
You've
kind of the
already
point.
committed to this. Like, don't get me wrong. Am I happy that vehicles can be commanders now?
Yeah.
Yes, because they follow the type lines that were already set up before. Like if they have the
Yeah, it still has to be a legendary vehicle.
correct, still has to be a legendary, and like Money said as well. Like that makes sense. If this card is now colorless,
Okay.
now it goes everywhere.
Okay. Okay.
And then, so if you then allow the 2-bird mana, you know the next step in that argument, someone's going to argue that Phyrexian mana should be treated as colorless.
Yeah, and then it spirals from there.
So again, I think I've heard so many people have this as the resident Crick player. People do not understand that it's not like an
Yeah.
alternate cost.
No.
It's
and
not an alternate cost. It's not colorless. It is Phyrexian black mana. So it
Yeah.
can only be paid with life or with the black color pip. And it is an actual casting cost, not an alternate it's not something that you pay above the black. It's what
Yeah, you're not paying life for it. You're
Yeah.
casting it for Phyrexian. Yeah.
yeah, for its Phyrexian mana, which requires you
Black pip or yeah.
But
Yeah.
to completely anti my point, I agree with you guys completely. No ban list. Let players play what they want in
Yeah.
Commander. It's the whole
There
point of
are-
it.
Well,
Is freedom
and
of
that's
expression.
to me that's kind of the cool thing about Commander too is like we have all these discussions about brackets, we have all these discussions about ban lists, we have all these discussions about game changers. And I see so many games happen where somebody just rule zero something in that's so far out in left field, and as long as the table's cool with it, fuck it.
That's what my friends told me all the time. It's like when I built Golos, it was 5-color legendary tribal.
Sure.
And my friends told me, they're like, dude, we don't give a shit. Play Golos. Right?
Yeah.
And I made a personal choice to not do it anymore because I'm like, well, if I'm going to use a ban card, then like it was a personal choice that I made to not play that anymore. But like they were cool with it, and a very, very simple rule 0 fixed everything.
Yeah, but I think at some point it's like a lack of confidence of yourself if it really bugs you that much, or just like it's
Well,
like, okay, like,
and again, like we several times during the pod we've had the social skills.
yeah.
Can you communicate effectively with other humans as to your intentions for the game in which you are about to participate?
Yeah, but I mean, I think every sport, every event, everything that you can do as like a hobby has that.
Yeah.
So I think it's like no matter where you go, it's going to transfer the same.
It's not
So-
it's not a magic thing. It's a
Yeah.
it's a people's thing, right?
And I think it's on it for yourself, like in general, like have the conversations where you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
I feel like you and I having this conversation probably shapes both of our features when we think about like how a certain game plays out. Again, like how you feel about certain cards and how they interact. But it does start with a conversation.
Yep.
And a lot of the times that conversation's with yourself.
Yeah.
So on the subject of like ditching the ban list entirely, just to give a little bit of numbers here, there's 29,000, just shy of 700 cards that are legal in Commander.
Yeah.
Not counting the cards that are conspiracy cards.
Or
There are
anti-cards.
No, I'm counting those. There are 60 cards banned in Commander, according to Scryfall.
Yep.
That is a drop in an ocean.
Yep.
And I would put the anti cards back in. Don't put anti as a rule. The anti cards say, remove this card. Where is it? Remove it at the start of game if not playing for anti. I think that's hilarious.
Oh,
to
like
have
0-0,
to-
and then start legally
you
with like
legally
10
start with
cards
less
than-
cards.
yeah.
That's
you're
funny
thinning,
as shit.
thinning your deck on turn 1, baby.
That is
Yeah.
funny as shit.
CDH just got a new mechanic.
I was gonna
I
say,
would
that would actually
love
be
that.
huge.
That would be the most broken addition to the game, I think.
It'd be
As
funny.
Commander.
That would be incredibly
But,
funny.
yeah. But yeah, and that at the end of the day, the Commander is such a flexible format.
Yeah,
Play
it's the
cards you
fun
wanna
of it.
play. Find a cool pod to play with. Play all your degenerate bullshit that your pod's down for, or play super casually and laugh when you die because your cats can't kill anybody because they all have a picture of a cat on them and it's cool. There is not an invalid way to play
Yeah.
Commander.
Not at all. Yep. I don't know. I enjoy this format a lot. I think there's
Yeah.
like so many things to it. Personally, I think some people take it a little far beyond what the game is.
Sure.
A lot of it should kind of
What?
just be left at the table and don't
You're
internalize
telling
it.
me salt can carry outside of games?
Well,
No.
there's like a lot of things that never really make sense to me. But I guess it's part of like the communities and their cultures being like different within the community.
Oh yeah.
Like you have like collectors versus like people. The funniest thing to me is someone who plays CDH. It's why would I spend that much money on cards? I want to play against you, not your wallet. It's just like, okay, then proxy.
Yeah.
Oh, you're actually okay with that? It's like, yeah, dude, go ahead and proxy. But I want to see if like you proxying the net deck that you brought in, if you actually know how to play it, or if you're just gonna durdle and waste time.
Yep.
Like there's nothing stopping you. The other part of it that's really funny to me is, oh, I want to play against you, not your wallet. Why should I have to buy these cards at a house bet? So they are. It's just like, cool. Aren't you the same person that ripped open a case of Final Fantasy?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
It's just like,
No, it's all relative, right? And it, I have never given a ton of validity to the financial argument. I think in a world where and again, hi Wizards, don't take my premium away. I think in a
Please.
world where it's so easy to just print cards, I think the financial argument doesn't hold any water. And I fully agree with you too that we see it at CDH tournaments, right? Because we allow 20 proxies at CDH tournaments, and I'll watch people come in with something like they net decked and printed that morning and they've never had a rep on.
Yeah.
It's not the deck, man. It's the pilot. We touched on that an hour and a half ago.
yeah.
The same deck in the hands of two different pilots can produce vastly different results.
Yeah. I do want to ask personally, like, because as like a shop owner,
Sure.
and I know as like people who do have a collection, I know you guys don't just play the game. Like you guys actually do have a collection.
Yeah. I like shiny things.
Like, do
like Chinese
bans affect you whatsoever?
I have never been impacted by a ban. If I was impacted by a ban, I acknowledge that the council has made a decision, but given that it's a stupid ass decision, I'm electing to ignore it.
There you go.
I post, and the big one was the Crypt and the Lotus, right?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
My Nekazar deck played both of them. It's a very high-powered deck. And I just threw 2 more cards in that were easy swap-outs, right? Like, was I impacted by it? I guess financially, sure, maybe. But they're not cards I was going to sell anyway.
Oh, you poor man.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I know.
So this
Yeah.
is the thing that a lot of people go, because when up until we actually started playing CDH tournaments in the store,
Yeah.
a low group of us was just known as, oh, those CDH people. Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. No, I definitely.
And the awkward thing for me is that when these cards got banned, the amount of people in Discord that were reaching out to me like I lost a relative. I'm like, guys, it's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
But because everyone, like the vocal minority again, was overreacting, they're just like, dude, like, is Rav gonna be okay? It's this and that. And I'm just like, dude, they're game pieces.
So
Yeah, it's
Like,
whatever.
who really cares? And this is from someone, again, like people will always be like, oh, it's like kind of sucks, this and that. But this is from someone who lost, not even lost because it's sitting here.
Yeah,
But this
you
is
haven't
from
lost
someone
it.
who lost
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. You still own the cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the funny
that's
part,
like people are like, oh my god, yeah. No, the cards I own were worth less money.
Yep.
Were they cards I was gonna sell? No. I don't.
No.
Who gives a shit?
No.
So-
These were not financial transactions for me. They
Yeah.
were not stocks.
They're game pieces.
These were cards that I'm like, they're good, they're beautiful,
And I still played them. I'd sit
Yeah.
down and be like, yeah, it's a high-powered deck. It's got a Crypt and a Lotus in it. I know they're on the ban list.
Yeah.
If you want me to take them out, here's 2 other cards I'm happy to swap in.
Yeah.
It don't matter. It's not a big deal. You have that conversation, and it's not it's not hard.
Yeah. I've never owned a card that ended up on a ban list before or after I played it, to my knowledge. Okay. I let people play Crypt and Lotus and all that shit because I don't care. We're playing cardboard. Let's have some fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the majority of people that I play with didn't feel the effects. They're just like, cool,
Yeah.
more deck building.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fun challenge to go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What Yeah, I'm gonna keep them in the deck, but then I get to go find 2 new cards to put in the box with this deck.
Yeah.
This is cool.
And then like people are always like, oh well, that destroys half of your CDH decks. I was like, dude, I played Crick, took both Mana Crypt and Jeweled Lotus out of it. People were just like, dude, that deck's gonna suck so bad.
No.
I literally won 2 tournaments the week after the ban.
There were so few. I think the only thing CDH wise that really took a hit was Slicer.
Yeah. And even then, it's because
And
Slicer was
Slicer-
barely like,
Well, Slicer was 50% CDH deck, 50% meme.
yeah.
Like,
Now that's my kind of deck right there.
I mean, the game plan in Slicer is mull till you have the right hand to cast Slicer on one and start sending them around the board and laugh.
Oh, that's Slicer. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that goes around the board and deals commander damage to everybody on everybody's turn.
I mean, at that point, why aren't you just Alexios?
Well, Alexios wasn't out during.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's right. I didn't know order of release.
Yeah, and there are not a topic for this podcast. There are granular differences between the two that make Slicer better.
Yeah. 100%.
Like,
But I just think it's funny how, like, when that happened, I kid you not, it was just hilarious.
Yeah, you got.
I was like-
people sent flowers to you.
Yeah, I was like, no, dude, it's fine. Like,
So-
all I'm going to do is just
Okay.
goldfish some more. Like,
So
it's really funny.
To not to devil's advocate, but like to shed a little bit of light on the other side.
yeah,
I got my teeth kicked in an RCQ,
uh-huh.
and then the day after, about 50% of my deck got banned. Corey Steele, Monstrous Rage,
Yeah.
Town,
Oh, yeah.
stuff like that. I didn't really care. But the reason why I didn't really care is because those cards weren't really worth a whole lot. If
Well,
I was playing a playset of Lotus, if I was playing a playset of Tomb, and they got banned out of the format that I was playing,
so first off, it's commander. That's the beautiful part. When a card gets banned, you're not losing playsets.
exactly.
Unless you're red.
It's still not a
Unless-
playset.
I mean,
And in all
Right.
honesty, those 2 pages are still worth over $1,000.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But
not.
if those pieces were worth more,
Mm-hmm.
I could see myself being much more salty. I was not salty when it happened. I was like, all right, I guess I'm gonna play something else.
But
Part
I think
part of the game, especially when you get into constructed, right? This is a new thing for Commander, and it's a new thing. A lot of Commander players that never played 60 card never felt it. Bro, in the time I have played Magic, the amount of cardboard that I have owned that has gotten banned, even as a shop owner, right? The Elementals, Fury and Grief.
Oh,
You know how many really cool Furies and Griefs I had in stock? Those suckers got banned and went from $80 to $5.
you guys don't.
I bought textured ones.
If you guys quiet down for just a minute, you can hear Aaron screaming all the way from Redmond.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
He's so distressed.
But
he's
like
puking again.
that is
talk about grief.
it's
Fury.
Look, when you buy a box, right? When you buy a box, you're handing over however much money, and you're accepting that you might hit gold and you might not. When you put $20 in a slot machine, you're accepting that you might walk away with $40. You might walk away with $0. when you're playing in a format that especially standard, that rotates and has ban lists, and like you're going, there will come a point where this card that I bought for $20 will be worth $2.
Yep.
That is part of it. It's part of the cost
No doubt.
to play the game. It's a little different for Commander because Commander's supposed to be an eternal format, but
I do think that half of my like lack of caring for it comes from the fact that I played Yu-Gi-Oh! In like highly competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Where I was just like, yeah, I have these cards. I'm gonna try to win my regionals and get an invitation. And
week before regionals, BNR drops.
Yeah,
Oh,
and then
time
it's
to
just
build
like
a new deck.
Yeah, it's just like cool. And a lot of the times, like you kind of know, right? Like you're like, this deck is doing extremely well. I've managed to win tournament after tournament after tournament. It's gonna happen, and you kind of start internalizing where you're just like, you know, as long as BNR comes out a week before regionals, I still get to play it during regionals. I will.
And
do
I got
my
a week
damn
to deck
best.
tech.
Yeah, I'll do my damn best to win, and then after that, I can worry about it. But like, that's where I come from. So when I see this, I'm just like, cool. I just hold on to them. Like, you know, I'm not burning them. I'm not doing all this other stuff.
I
It's
think
just
that
like,
is one of the things that a lot of players need to remember as well. Like when Core Steel got banned in Standard, I was like, all right, well I'm not playing these anymore. I'm going to sell them for pennies on the dollar.
Yeah.
What am I playing in Modern, Steve?
Yeah, I know. You bought him back again. I watched you do it. It's cute.
Yep. And
But that's part of the game, man.
that is growing
is-
with the game and understanding that it can
yeah, and then a lot of the
And-
reason why I hold on to them too is because I mean there is, though very very small, and I understand why it's very small at this very moment with everything that happened right after they got announced on that ban list. There is a possibility it might come off, or there is a possibility somebody might say, "Hey, let's have a non-ban list
Yeah.
game."
I
And
mean,
I'm feeling
hey,
cool.
they're printing a new version of Dockside
Yeah.
in this upcoming set.
They are in
which
fact.
is flavor.
Yeah.
That is a lot of flavor there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they couldn't have picked a better set.
Especially because it's literally like I'm rewatching it right now. It is literally a dockside extortionist.
Yep.
Like, oh my god.
Yeah, I like when people are like, "Well, why would they reprint that thing?" No, dude, they're reprinting it because that is sauce. That is
flavor.
sauce. It's so much
It's
flavor there.
Flavor
It's
Town.
amazing. I actually love that they're doing that, and I'll probably pick up the card even though it's
Hell
worth
yeah,
nothing
dude.
because I'm gonna be
so,
like, yeah,
so Funami in chat, never sell, just build more decks.
yeah, just
like,
build more decks.
Relatable.
That is one of the things I have grown to learn in my Magic time.
Yeah.
Especially your mana bases. Never, ever sell
Well,
your mana
and-
bases.
And the people that I feel sorry for are the people that panic sold their mana crypts and lotuses, man.
Yeah.
I bought a whole lot of lotuses for $30-$40, and they're back up again. They're not where they were at their peak. They're not where they were when Commander Masters came out with all the new pretty lotuses. And is it shitty that there was a hyper expensive set that had this card as a keystone to the set? Yeah, but I don't know, man. I'm not quitting Magic over it. I'm certainly not death threatening someone over it.
I
Like,
still want to get my hands on the green one out of Ixalan.
yeah.
Mana, whichever one is banned.
I think another
Whatever.
thing too is that people, when it comes to card games, unfortunately live beyond their means.
Oh,
I mean, I
yeah.
can tell you that in all of that, I only paid for one of those dock sites.
Yep.
And everything else was either a gift, a good trade, or just like something that
Or ripped or
yeah,
whatever.
or yeah. And for me, I didn't actively go and say, "Oh, I really need this card. I'm going to spend money I don't have to get it." Like, that is ridiculous. And if you're doing that, whether it's in the game of Magic or anything else, you're mad not that it got banned. You're mad that you were fiscally irresponsible, and now you're suffering for it.
Well, and again, it's a game piece. It's not an investment.
yeah.
This is not a CD that you bought at the bank and the bank screwed you on your CD.
Yeah.
This is a piece of shiny cardboard that a collective group of people thought was worth this, and now it's not worth this anymore.
Don't buy cardboard on margin.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. Especially in a
It's
game
no-
that's
it's-
not noted to be a collector's game.
It's no different. People come in and go, "Oh man, I
Not
opened a box and
anymore.
I lost money, and then I opened a box and I made money." No,
No, you haven't sold
You
anything.
opened 2 boxes, and you got be an equal amount of shiny cardboard out of both of them.
I have said it before, and I'll say it a million more times. I don't know if I have to scream it at this microphone or what,
Please don't. You're peeking already.
but an important thing for people to remember as well is you don't make any money until you sell it.
And when
Yeah.
you sell it, you're not going to get what it's worth.
You're not.
No.
You're not.
You might sell it. It might be $100 card. And you might go on TCG Player, and the sale price on TCG Player is $100. You took time to list that card. You're paying TCG Player fees. You are paying shipping. You have to send that thing to a customer. That customer has to get it. That customer has to not lie that they don't get it, because then TCG Player takes all of your money away. There are so many variable pieces. Oh, this card's worth this. That is the market price of that card. That card is not the equivalent of that dollar amount in cash sitting in front of you.
No.
This is not how the game works.
I remember.
You open a box and you pull $300 in cards out of a $150 box. You didn't make $150, boss.
No, I
Yeah.
hate people looking at it that way.
Yeah.
Well, that and the whole idea of like, I will never understand the concept of buying a box that's worth 7 times the amount of the single that you're trying to pull,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
getting upset that you opened so many boxes and didn't pull it, when you could have just been like, maybe I shouldn't have bought
Maybe
a
you should just buy the
$500
dumb
box and just
card.
buy the card.
So, and saying this as a shop owner kills me. Don't buy sealed, buy the singles you want to play. If you want the dopamine of opening packs and you enjoy a little gamble hustle, is buying a box of Magic the Gathering probably a better financial decision than putting money in a slot machine? Probably. Is it a sound financial decision for your future? No, this is a disposable income industry.
Yeah.
And
This is fun. I have kind of reached the point being a shop owner where it's very rare that I enjoy opening boxes. I'll let other people do it, but I understand the dopamine and the fun of it.
Yeah.
It's not as fun for me because I've opened
3
I don't know,
million.
too many packs. But
I would like to respond to the don't buy sealed, buy the singles.
On the stack.
Screw you, you're not the boss. Wait a minute.
no, and I'm not saying that it's dumb to buy sealed. I'm saying don't open sealed trying to get a card.
Yeah.
Just go buy the dumb card.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I'm buying large quantities of sealed, it's because I want to see a lot of the set.
Correct.
There's a reason I'm $800 into Avatar
Right.
before release.
Right, because you are excited for Avatar. You will get a enjoyment commensurate with the money you spent out of opening Avatar. It's speculative box opening is dumb.
Yeah.
We don't do it as a shop. We're in this business. I'm paying less for these boxes than retail, obviously, because I'm a business and that's how businesses work. And Avatar is the first set that I've considered opening for singles in a long time.
Long.
Yeah.
There's the slot machine hit, right? There's I opened the foil chocobo. Cool, bro. You bought a $600 box, pulled a $2,000 card. You sell a $2,000 card now.
Good luck.
There's a lot of cool cards in Avatar.
Yeah.
We'll probably see a handful of them.
Yeah.
I think the biggest problem though is in Magic in general. Even shop owners know that the chase cards in reality are not worth buying.
Correct.
Because somebody can go and sell an unlimited dual end within the same week that they brought it into the store.
Yep.
The chocobo that costs twice as much.
That thing's
Is
I'm
not
gonna have to
moving at
dust
all.
that son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, serialized Aether Spark in that case.
Yep, I knew it was
Anybody
coming.
want one? Come buy it.
Yeah, make you a hell of a deal. And I'm not buried in it, right? But like I've had people come in and be like, "Man, I pulled this $2,500 card. Will you give me $2,000?" Fuck no.
Yeah.
I'd be like $800. We had and we pulled it. Again, I wasn't buried in it. We pulled it. The Snappy Mage from the AI
The Snapcaster from
Hatsune Miku.
Yeah.
Right. Super cool card. Card was $2,200 on TCG Player. It went out my door for like $700. Because that's how it happened.
Because that's how it happens.
That was $700 cash. That wasn't $2,600 sale on TCG Player. I'm gonna eat $300, $400, $500 in fees. I'm gonna spend a couple $100 to ship it and insure it. I have to pay somebody to do all that. The buyer's going to get it, and they're going to go, oh, it's not near mint, it's light play. The back here, and TCG player is going to eat another 30% of my revenue to refund the customer.
And the funny part is that games like Magic, they're not collectors games.
No.
Same thing with like Yu-Gi-Oh. It's not Pokemon. They are not Pokemon.
No.
These cards will lose value drastically. And what WotC did to try to kind of get a different player base and more money out of people's pocket is introduce a collector's aspect to it.
Sure.
But shops know that that doesn't work.
No.
And the biggest and funniest part to me is when people go, I open this, will you give me this much money or this much store credit? Just like, yes. How many boxes did you open until you pulled that?
Yeah.
And why didn't you just save that to have more than what you're asking for this card?
And it doesn't always play that way. Like I've watched, you know, I have a customer that just buys a collector's box every set. He enjoys opening the collector's box.
Yeah.
But
Edge of Eternities, he ripped $1,100 in cards out of that collector's box. But I've also watched him open a $300-$400 collector's box, pull $50 in cards.
Yeah.
And he's not doing it for the speculation. He's doing it because he enjoys the opening. He hangs on to. He didn't sell me the $1,100 cards. He's playing them in the deck.
But
They're
that,
cool cards.
But that also makes a very different person.
Yes.
And the sad part is that nowadays there's less of that person than there is of the person who is just cracking boxes.
Well, yeah,
for no reason.
we've created this hype world because Magic's trying to be Pokemon and pushing artificial scarcity into the market.
Tiny posters.
Oh, and they're doing it because it's profitable, because there are people out there that buy into the hype, you know.
Way too many that buy into the hype. Oh my
Bro,
god.
Spider-Man collector boosters are hot garbage. They're hot. I have seen a ton of those opened. Right, there's a $30,000 card in no idea what percentage of those fucking boxes. So the damn things are still. I'm pulling it up right now on TCG. They're down.
I would
but
love
they're-
to know what they're at.
They're still $500, right? The boat we opened. We as a store opened 2.
Uh-huh.
I think our average value out of those boxes was in 2 digits.
That high?
Like 86 and 72.
Oh, okay.
Guaranteed is within one card, most of it.
And yeah, there's $300-$400 cards in there. There's a $30,000 card in there. That's cool. I'll go play blackjack. I have some control over those odds.
Yeah.
You would get more length of entertainment.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I'd get some free drinks and a smile from the waitress along the way. If I put $400 down on a blackjack table, somebody's gonna bring me a whiskey.
Somebody's bringing you a whiskey.
I have been very lucky. I have not gone negative on initial purchases from a set since before Final Fantasy.
Sure.
I have realized those gains. This is not hypothetical. They actually.
Yeah, you
made-
sold the cards.
I sold like 2 cards
Son of a bitch.
from. Sorry, buddy. Love you. I sold about 2 to 3 cards from Final Fantasy, from
Edge of Eternities.
and like I made my money back and then a little bit extra.
Sure.
And then I got all the rest of the stuff I had bought paid for.
Yeah.
I'm super nervous about Avatar,
Yeah.
but I don't care if I lose out monetarily because I'm excited for the set.
But that's a
that's-
difference, though,
yeah.
because that's kind of what I'm trying to aim at. Is that like
Yeah.
there are certain times where that won't happen.
Yeah.
You won't pull those cards that will make you the money back, and that's just gonna be it. But there are certain times when, like, sure, it's okay to do that if you're really in love with the set and you know that everything that comes out of there you're gonna love as a fan of the IP, or as like gameplay, or even just as like wanting to collect it.
There's so many more things that you get other than monetary value.
Yeah.
Right? Buy the boxes for those.
Yeah.
If you're going out and you're going, man, I need 4 VVs so I can build the standard deck that's probably going to get banned in a week. Go buy 4 VVs, bro.
Yeah.
Don't go buy 8 play boxes of Final Fantasy for $1,000 trying to pull VVs.
Yeah. And that's again the
Yeah.
things that don't make sense to me. Like, what I haven't bought a set since Dustborn.
Okay.
That is the last set that I bought. And the reason why is because I started doing this thing where I would look at the cost of a box, and then I would look at the cost of the singles that I'm looking to get out of those boxes, and I'd be like, oh,
I can buy all those singles for what it would cost me for a box, and now I got them.
for less.
Half
For
left.
less. And then I would be like, cool, I don't have to open those boxes ever. And then as more and more of it's getting pushed out, like even as far as like singles, I maybe have like 2 cards out of every set that has come out that I actually care about. Everything else has been like,
Well, gents, this has been fun. It was really cool having you wrap. I love having. It's fun to have a different point of view. I wish Aaron was here because we could have triggered. Wow, we don't have the lights, so we'd have lost our moth anyway.
Correct.
But
You know, I was actually thinking about this entire time.
We'd have gotten the lights out if Aaron was here.
It's kind of fun talking about a different format. We do a lot of standard.
We do a lot of standard.
But you and me and Aaron play a lot of standard.
Yeah.
Next episode, you guys are going to do a trios event.
We are, in fact.
Standard, Pioneer, Modern, one event.
Fuck is a Pioneer?
It's
a weird
Pilgrim.
format that WotC tried to make live and then took out back in Old Yellard and put on Arena.
it's
It's not even played on Arena.
It's a modern. Tried to get some of the standard players, but the standard players got lost halfway there.
So I genuinely, I went through and I built a Pioneer deck on Arena because I still own Monstrous Rages on Arena.
Oh, yeah. So you and you always will.
Yeah. I sat in queue for like 10 minutes, dude.
Did you get into a game ever?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
One.
Because like,
And then I went, 10-minute queue. I'm playing mono red, so it was a 3-turn game. Do I want to do this again?
it's like trying to ride Top Thrill Dragster. Hour and a half queue, 17-second ride.
Yeah, but the 17-second ride is fun.
Yeah, it was.
Pioneer isn't any more fun than standard.
No, it's the same beast. The only difference between standard.
Pioneer is where banned standard decks go to get played.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why.
And don't get me wrong, Monstrous Rage and Corey Steelcutter in one deck, super fun. Super fun for 4 seconds. You get 1 turn of glory.
Yes,
but
you do.
anyhow, so maybe next episode, maybe we chat about Pioneer. Because that'll be after the trios, right? That's this weekend.
Yeah, that would actually be good because that's the only way we're gonna get content for Pioneer.
I know. I know. R.I.P. Pioneer RCQs.
I have this sneaking suspicion that we're either gonna see one deck, or we're gonna see like 12 different Pioneer decks, completely like,
Let's
these are standard cards.
brew it.
Let's see. Pioneer, MTG top 8. Have we had big events? Yeah, we have. Oh yeah, what's at the top of the Pioneer meta? You get one guess.
I already know what it is.
Red deck wins.
Is it
What?
Cauldron?
No, RDW.
No,
Emberheart Challenger, Heartfire Hero, Manifold Mouse, Robber of the Rich, Screaming Nemesis, and Monstrous Rage.
Hey, I have some of those cards. Anybody need a
Oh, and they
Pioneer
still
deck?
have Kimono Faces Kakazan.
The fuck did you just say to me? Sorry.
Whose cock is on Kimono Face?
You two. What'd
One
you say?
mana, deal 1 damage to your opponent. Next turn, play a creature spell. It comes in with a 1/1, and then you can Monstrous Rage it.
Oh yeah,
Eventually,
the
if you
Kami
haven't won the game in
enchantment.
3 turns,
Jeez,
it flips into a Deuter with haste that you can then Monstrous Rage.
Yep. Yeah, no, I recall it.
Yeah. It was the meta before the meta before this meta.
Wait,
Yep.
people play cards from Kamigawa?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
The
a great
new-
dude. It was a great card in Standard.
it was a phenomenal
It was
card
an
in standard.
epic card in Standard.
Think what it could do for your max speed.
Robber of the Rich.
Robber, when you said Robber, I was like, oh shit, Robber.
Yeah.
I love Robber. Robber's
2/2
awesome.
2/2 for 2. When it attacks, if your opponent has more cards, you get to steal the top card of their library.
Is that a Capenna card?
No, that's
no.
Eldraine.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, OG Eldraine.
OG Eldraine.
OG Eldraine.
Yeah.
Robber of
How
the
far back does Pioneer go?
Ravnica.
Ravnica.
Jeez.
Okay, so
So it's halfway
little
between modern
more
and
recent
standard.
than
Shock Snow Fetches.
Yeah, the only difference between Pioneer and Standard right now is Pioneer has the other half of Shocks.
Yeah. Well, and all the cards that they banned in Standard.
Details.
You're telling me?
I'm just saying.
Oh,
What if we get
That's pretty
fetches
I love
before
this card.
Shocks rotate out?
wait. What's the?
We won't.
But it'd be funny.
Yeah,
a
we won't.
rogue?
They know better.
It is a rogue.
I could play this.
Yeah. I love
Oh,
Robert
Pioneer
Bridge.
still has Fatal Push.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
I actually just grabbed
Steve's
the Fatal
building
Push.
a Pioneer deck. No, he's not.
So, question for everyone: since we're still on the Commander episode,
Oh shit! Yeah. This is
what
Commander.
have you built recently?
I already talked about it. Oops, no creatures.
So,
So talk
Commander.
about it.
So, Grahatia Scion Reborn. Basically, he's a lifelinking 2/3. When you cast a non-creature spell, you can pay X life where X is the mana value. And
Make a
if
token.
you do, you make a 1/1, put that many counters on it. But you can only do it once per turn. In Esper, because you're only playing cards on your own turn, right, guys? It's Esper.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you're not playing on anybody else's turn.
So I've got shit like Shark Typhoon and Dovescape and Chimmel the Inner Sun and Mistrise Village.
it's like $2.
So ideally, I just make myself uncounterable, play Dovescape, play Shark Typhoon, and now I'm making a gajillion bazillion tokens
Yeah,
every
you
time I
make
cast
a bunch
things.
of stuff and swing.
Yeah, good cards.
Greasefang's still in Pioneer too.
Greasefang is still in Pioneer.
Sorry. I got nostalgia. Kyle.
I try to make a commander out of every set that comes out. I try to pick one legendary and make a commander out of it.
Okay.
For
Fair.
Spider-Man, I did Symbiote Spider-Man. It's I did Reanimator.
Yeah.
I am doing what I have never done before in my entire life, and I am rebuilding a commander.
Oh,
Brutaclad.
Okay.
I do love me some Brutaclad.
Yeah.
And I'm making my
You're
CD.
such an is it slut.
I am in fact. If it's got red, I like it. If it's got blue, I love it. And if it's got both, chocolate and peanut butter.
do you need a pretty Brutaclad?
Yes.
I think I have one.
If you have the foil etched, fork it on over.
I'm not
What
sure. I'll check.
Rakdos Black is it deck are you building now? Wrap up.
Mono green.
So
Let's go.
no, so it is actually Rakdos. I put.
What?
I am also rebuilding a deck. I just finished putting back
Never-
Laughing Jasper Foot.
Yeah, LGM. That makes
The
me
first
so
time I
happy.
built it, really fun in my pod, really bad and more casual.
Yeah.
It's like you flip someone's
throw
like really
something at
big
him?
green monster and you're just like, well, I can't cast that because that's 20 mana and I have 4 mana. So-
Jasper, is he target?
Yeah, so the whole point is they're all outlaws.
Yeah.
So it is completely 3 and there's only 3 non-outlaws in the deck.
Yeah.
And the whole point is basically just commit crimes.
Yeah. Commit
Some
crime.
recursion, exile, casting spells, and stealing people's cards.
That's my favorite thing about Bloomburrow is all the lizards in Bloomburrow are also outlaws.
Yeah, they're
I
mercenaries.
just had an idea for a Pride Month partner commander. Dang it.
Yeah.
Making the circle.
Squirrel.
But other than that, I mean, I also just finished Rockfest for CDH. So there's that, which I'm going to be playing that on November 7th, the CDH Lango tournament for an
November
invitation. November 9th, sorry. Lango tournament for an invitation to play in, is it Tennessee?
Yeah, Nashville. And the
Tennessee.
winner there takes home a Black Lotus.
A Black Lotus.
It's super
What's that?
cool. And you buy your plane ticket.
Yeah. E4 do big things.
Grixis is my one true degenerate love in Commander. I took Nekazar apart to build Vivi. I'm not currently building anything. I will be putting together a Firelord, Azula, Grixis, Flash hire.
Oh yes.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm still.
We're aiming for bracket 4, right?
So I didn't know you had pulled
Okay.
apart Nekazar because
Yeah, he
Iron
only has
Maiden.
BB.
Yeah, I
You
know.
could have had really cool versions of
Yeah, I know.
His current only commander deck is VV.
Yep.
Well, you took apart the Eldrazi's too?
Yeah. Yeah,
And
he's-
Hugs.
and Hugs. Well, yeah, because Hugs was banned, and so everything blue in there went into VV.
Was it Feldegrove?
Yeah.
No, well, it started out as Feldegriff.
Um,
It was the Doctor Partners.
Oh, okay.
The
okay.
Azorius Doctor that at my end step everybody draws a card, but then they can't attack me if they draw a card. and then the green lady that got ginormous.
Yeah.
Who never swung because it's a hug stack. I'm not aggressive.
Of course.
I have a 62. You probably shouldn't swing that into me. I'm gonna
I
eat
just
it.
Helix Pinnacle.
Um,
Shroud Enchantment.
Yeah, but I'm very much looking forward. I'm probably going to need to pick up 5 Fire Lord Azulas.
5.
Because I'm gonna build a commander deck and then Grixis and Standard's in a pretty solid spot.
It
right
is in
now.
fact.
It's in a really good spot, and now I get to play black removal and only annex too.
Yep. And I get to play white removal and Authority of the Consuls in Jeskai Prowess.
Yeah.
Woo! For the record, it was the second Doctor in Leela.
Foundations
Yeah,
was
so
so
everybody knows.
dangerous.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, the green gal and the doctor that lets everybody draw cards.
Foundations, man. It's just too spicy.
We'll talk about my bougie Firelord Azula that I'm gonna pull.
I'm in.
So
I mean,
us.
I'll pay for your box when you pull it. We've been down that road, money.
Yeah. How's that land doing for you?
Get fucked. Please.
Love you, buddy.
The Uthros, the God Core. Money pulled a Borderless Galaxy foil of one of those. And I play the blue-white artifacts deck in Standard that card slid right into, and it was super pretty, and it was like $350. So Money cut me a deal and sold it to me for a hair under $3, and it's a $46 card now. But I knew
I
that.
feel like it was less than that, wasn't it?
I don't know. I don't
Anyway.
remember. I paid for your box.
No.
Whatever it was.
You and someone else.
Oh, that's right.
Between the
'cause
two of
yeah, you pulled 2 bangs. Whatever.
Yeah.
Point is,
Gemstone.
90%
Cavern?
loss, as the internet would call it. Still in the deck. I still play it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, you always scry it to the bottom of your deck.
Well, because it's cool in the opening hand, because it's a great turn 1 land, because I don't usually have a turn 1 play. Other than that, it comes in tapped, and I need more artifacts. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, Raph, thanks for coming out. Money, you're kind of a staple now. Anyway, doesn't really matter.
Yeah, and I came out a long time ago.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing. I have new cool stuff coming for VV. That's what I'm currently building. I have a Furby Hullbreaker Horror coming for that.
More VV shit.
Wait, did you have the Innistrad Remastered Hullbreaker?
Yeah.
Are you looking to get rid of that?
It's not foil.
Never mind. You're good.
Yep.
Keep it.
I know. I know. It might be. I don't know.
We'll find out.
If it is foil.
If it is foil, yeah. Cool. 'Cause
Innistrad-
that's like, even in foil, it's like an $8 card.
Innistrad Remastered Hullbreaker Horror is one of the greatest cards I've ever seen.
It's not as cool as the Furby one. The Furby one is so much more horrifying.
But what I love about it is a Hullbreaker Horror.
It is in fact.
It is the art of a Kraken. And
Yep.
I love that. It just,
Yeah. Thanks for tuning into the forecast, everybody. E4cards.com. Remember, buy singles, not sealed. Buy singles from E4 Cards. Haha.
There you go.
We buy cards. We got a buy list. Sell us some singles. Our inventory is really low because Spider-Man sucked and nobody opened anything, so everybody bought singles instead. Check us out here on this YouTube channel Tuesdays and Thursday nights for Standard and Modern Action, produced and directed by the very lovely Raph sitting across from me here tonight. We will be casting. Speaking of which, you're playing Sunday. You're okay.
I can stream. I don't
No.
have to play.
No.
Raph.
Money will play or money will
Raph,
stream.
give me the hours, please. Thank you.
Oh,
Anyhow, we will be casting the CDH tournament this Sunday. I don't think we're going to be casting the final battle because it's not really a store championship. It's just come play for a comic book. I don't know how much.
We'll see
the
how many people
Spider-Man
turn
final.
out.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is the week after, right?
No, that is the day before.
That's Saturday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so this Saturday is our Pokemon pre-release for Phantasmal Flames. I'm not promoting it a lot because it sold out weeks ago, and I just get angry people calling because we're sold out. We will be doing the Spider-Man Final Battle that Saturday as well. Hopefully, few enough people show up for the Spider-Man Final Battle that we can fire Lorcana too. And then Sunday will be the CDH Invitational Tournament. So it's going to be a long weekend, but it'll be fun. This Friday night, we are not drafting Spider-Man for the last draft of the season. We're gonna draft some Tarkir Dragonstorm because we finally got
last draft. Holy crap!
finally got a re-up on that, and Spider-Man's kind of balls to draft.
Well, hopefully I can make that. I actually like Tarkir's really good.
Tarkir's
Yeah.
fun set. Yeah. Ugin. Good card.
Ugin.
Yeah. Check us out, e4cards.com. Come out and play. We got lots of tables. Come hang out, have some fun.
WotC.